Hello, it is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019 years after the death of Jesus Christ. It's hard to stick with it. Yesterday, we started something pretty cool. My hometown, which is not cool, is currently underwater right now. We started a GoFundMe. You can go to my social media pages. I'm matching up to $15,000. Our CFO, Phil Maines, who has the greatest mustache in the game right now, is handling that. We will make sure the money goes to the right people. Even $1 helps, honestly. Even $1 helps. We'll be very grateful and go a long way for some people who have literally, flash flooding has been something that has been warned about in Pittsburgh for years because there's so many hills. So it comes out of nowhere. So anytime you hear about flash flooding, it's always like a boy who cried wolf type thing. But this particular time in Pittsburgh, these flash floods have been doing real damage. In our hometown, got hit with it. A lot of cars and people's communities damaged and ravaged. And baseball fields got taken out too. Phil Maines is running the whole thing. I'm matching up to $15,000. If you want to donate $1, we'll be grateful. If not, no worries. Today's show is incredible. A guest that people have been waiting for a long time stopped by the office live in studio when he did some stand-up comedy in Indianapolis. And when I went to his stand-up comedy show, the app I used to get tickets from was SeatGeek, because SeatGeek is the greatest ticket buying app on planet Earth and the moon. That's right. If you're going to buy tickets on the moon, which, by the way, happy 50th anniversary to Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, Mike Collins, by the way, is the third guy. I think
good for you.
Mike Collins is his name. Yep. He didn't get to go to the moon. He just had to float around the moon in silence all by himself for the other ship for them to link up with. Good for that guy. I watched a special. It was a documentary of all behind-the-scenes clips that have never been released before. Over 11,000 hours of footage or something like that was released. More questions than answers after watching it, but I do believe we went. I do believe we went, and
you're gonna piss Ty off.
Ty just shook his head in absolute disgust. I watched it this weekend. It was $5.99. I paid $5.99 to watch it. Okay, it's a lot of money to rent a movie on the internet on these streaming platforms. I paid $5.99 to watch it. It was good. It was very good. A lot of footage that I've never seen before, but I was very confused on the footage and how it was so good. How it was so good.
So
it was better
footage
than we get out of this place right now sometimes.
It's been remastered. I mean, there's ways you can do that. Hey, I just hope he doesn't hear you. Otherwise, he's going to show up here tomorrow and maybe sock you right in the mouth.
Buzz Aldrin's cool with me, man. He did a lot of really cool stuff. Neil Armstrong also. I enjoyed it. The 50-year documentary, though, was so nice. It was almost too nice in my eyes, but it was cool to see the American spaceship and the American flag. By the way, I always wondered why it waved. It didn't wave. It had a top to it.
A rod.
Like a rod at the top. Never knew that.
Oh. So that's why it went
Why
out.
it's why it went out.
Oh, okay.
That answered a huge question for me.
Yeah, because that was one of the things brought up in the original argument, right?
Yeah, and in my head, I'm like, well, how did it even go out then? Yeah. It had a rod across the top. They remastered these photos and videos, and it all looked very, very good. I'm telling you, this documentary looked like it was shot yesterday.
Oh, God.
But it was footage from back then. You could tell by the way people were dressing and acting that it was from back in the day.
Well, and it looks so authentic because we were actually there.
I agree.
You know, it's not
I'm
replicated or anything like that.
It hammered home my opinion that we did go to the moon.
Did it?
Yeah, there we go.
Hammered it home.
Sounds like a little doubt crept in.
Well, they started talking about how I didn't know this. Did you know this? We circled the Earth a couple times to catch the orbit to slingshot us out.
Oh, yeah. Had to do it.
That was like the original slingshot. It's like the original slingshot. Shake and Bake was NASA. It was the original slingshot. I didn't know that. And then we went around the moon a couple times. They were going 27,000 miles an hour. First of all,
wow,
that was an alarming number. I didn't know that was possible. But then they went around the moon to catch the lunar gravity, slowed all the way down to 5,000 miles an hour. So their bodies are going through it there. But the strategy made a lot more sense after watching. I was like, oh, maybe I'm all in. I'm all in on us going to the moon after watching that.
Seems like it.
I am. Don't question me.
It is kind of incredible when you look at like the
Don't question
instrumentation and the craft and stuff. Like everything looks so basic, and you're like, "Oh, that took those guys to the moon."
There was like 6.5 million pounds. That space shuttle was 6.5 million pounds.
Big payload.
Seems heavy.
Huge payload.
Yeah.
They got 4 little rocket ships inside of that one rocket ship because they broke off. They kept breaking off at different levels because they didn't want it to explode or something like that. I guess that's why there's so much shit floating around in space. But it was 6.5 million pounds.
Well, and the astronauts back then, were just
Sticking bones.
I mean, they knew the telemetry. They knew that he actually landed on the moon without like the rangefinder. They didn't know how far they had to go. He kind of just stuck the landing.
They moved because where the auto lander was headed was a massive crater.
That's right.
So they had to drive it, take it off of autopilot, land it themselves forward to miss the craters that were the size of football fields. They were saying the craters.
Incredible.
Incredible.
These guys are American heroes.
Anyways, if you ever go back to the moon and you want to buy tickets up there, you utilize SeatGeek because SeatGeek scans all the other ticket buying platforms to make sure you're getting the best tickets at the best possible price. You're not getting catfished either. The ticket that you buy is the ticket that you get. These other places run a little scam cam where you buy and then you can't get the ticket you thought you got. You get catfished as if Nev was to show up at your house and say Katy Perry isn't Katy Perry. This ticket isn't your ticket. That's not the way it works with SeatGeek because they're good people selling great tickets to immensely awesome humans like yourself. Right now, use promo code PAT, get $10 off your first order. Promo code McAfee, $20 off your first order. Let's have a little self-awareness. If we're rich, go ahead and use the promo code PAT, get $10 off. If we're not rich yet, go ahead and use McAfee, get $20 off. Football game's right around the corner. Maybe take a date. Maybe go with your dad. Maybe go with your friend. Maybe go alone. Fuck it. Want some alone time. Me and the boys watching some football. Just me and the team. One with that. Do whatever you need to do. Just get out there and live a little and experience something live. That's probably our best ad read to date.
Yeah.
Went straight into a documentary breakdown.
Yeah, I mean, we basically just explained space travel.
Not
in the
just a
middle of it.
documentary
Yeah.
breakdown. It was a full-on debate. If you went to the moon.
It wasn't a debate. There's no debate. We went.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm on your side. The one video does look like, though, if they were to be very close up with something that looks like the moon and they were just running it by the camera.
Well, I mean, I also, at this point, it doesn't matter what you say or what I see. I will stand tall that we went to the moon 100 times out of 100 times.
We did go to the moon.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
on your side.
Exactly. Watch First Man.
Is that this documentary? You should watch this
No,
documentary.
it's a film, but
Is
it's
it
a
a
very
good movie?
accurate representation of,
Did you watch this
Yeah.
documentary? How do you know?
No, I don't. I don't know.
We were actually
I saw First
in,
Man. I just
we
saw
were,
the movie.
Hey, we were in Houston, by the way. So they were actually giving us updates on Houston. There's like, if they didn't go to the moon, they had to fool at least 100 space rocket scientists that are in the room documenting everything they're doing, is all I'm saying. So unless they kept all those people quiet or they fooled all those
Yeah,
people,
couldn't pay all
You
those
mean
guys.
those actors?
there's a lot of people in there. Hey, there's a lot of actors.
Wow.
Don't you say what you just said. Now, one of those people would come out by now, you would think.
I fully think they had the backup plan to do the movie production if they didn't make it to the moon. But I think they made it, so they were like, oh, we don't need it. So they told John Goodman or whoever was there, like,
Bro,
calm down.
Yeah.
Argo? Is that from Argo?
Yeah. What was the movie where they, oh, God damn, it was a great movie. John Goodman had to go plan the landing just in case it didn't happen ahead of this whole movie studio.
It seems as if everything that could have went right did go right on that trip, though. A lot of potential massive kabooms
Yeah.
on the way to the moon. Like they had to break through this one particular thing and then this other particular thing, and then they're just floating for like 6 days. And they're like, oh, down in Houston, we're going to call it a night. Good night. And they're like, good night, boy. From space, And everybody would go to sleep at the same schedule. It's very interesting. And then they lost them behind the moon.
Yeah.
Lost service.
Dark side.
Dark side of the moon. Mike Collins was just floating around, by the way. This guy,
You saw it all.
he was floating around.
He was a getaway car.
He was the escape route.
Keep the engine going.
Need to team up with this guy to get back to Earth. Home. We're coming home, boys.
Mike, leave it running.
I might show park this bitch. Keep it right there at the fucking lunar gravity edge.
Have you seen Apollo 13, Pat?
What?
With Tom Hanks? You will love
So
that
what?
movie. It is fascinating.
It is.
It is fascinating. It's a really good movie. Everything that went wrong and the things they had to like invent in order, like they couldn't
I
get
saw
back
that
unless
when
they invented shit.
When that guy lived on Mars, Matt Damon,
Oh,
the
Martian, yeah.
Similar.
he had to create things. And then whenever Clooney and that lady were up there,
Yep, Gravity.
I saw that one too.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of space stuff. I haven't seen a ball. I'm gonna
That
watch
one's
it.
a real story, though. So
They had,
that was-
they had to actually invent an apparatus to convert carbon dioxide to oxygen out of shit that was inside the aircraft.
So smart.
In order to get back home.
These humans
Or
are
they would
so
run out of
smart.
air.
These humans are so smart. There's a guy
incredible.
named Deke Slayton. Because when I first said it, I thought it was Steve Slayton. I was like, how come nobody ever said Steve Slayton was the guy that was basically the coach of these? He was the astronaut coach that sent them to the moon.
The real hero.
And when Steve Slayton came and played at WVU, I would assume at some point somebody would be like, Steve Slayton was the same guy that coached the astronauts. You know, I would assume I would hear that at some point. Turns out his name was Deke Slayton. They showed me that an hour and a half into the movie. They actually put his name on the bottom. They're all checking in though with the headsets, talking to him. This is Houston. This is Deke Slayton talking. How you guys doing up there, boys? We're all proud of you.
Over.
Thank you. They're playing music up there. I'm a believer.
As it should be.
I also believe you're going to enjoy this. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a hilarious individual. Once a professional athlete, a mixed martial artist who fought in the UFC with 11 victories. 11 times he stepped into a cage with another man and beat the fuck out of him. He then retired and started dominating the podcast world and the stand-up comedy world. He has 2 podcasts, The King and the Sting, The Fighter and the Kid. Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Hollywood, California, Brendan Schaub.
Legit intro, man.
I try my best, man. Just bring a little
Legit
energy.
intro.
Hey,
I'll take it.
I just try to let you know I did a little bit of research.
A little
before
bit of
we started
research,
talking.
man. Dang, look at you guys.
That is all the intro is trying to do, is just explain that I did a little bit of research and I feel pretty good about it.
Respect.
I've been a fan of yours for a long time on the internet.
Same, man.
I
Same.
like a lot when professional athletes decide, now granted, the story behind Rogan and Callen kind of helping you with your decision, but transitioning into the entertainment world is not an easy one. And then watching you has been a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks, brother. Same thing. Long time coming. You and I have been trying to link up for a while. And yeah, I think whatever you do, I always support, man. You see me on your Instagram,
Yeah.
liking everything, sliding your girls' DMs. So the thing is,
Fiance, please.
sorry. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's
slid in my fiance.
slid in fiance. He said, congrats.
You're not the only one, I assume. I would do it
happens,
as well, yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's
Love, dude.
Love forever.
Yeah, but same thing, man. I feel like we're cut from the same cloth, and yeah, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I enjoy watching you. You just had a special on Showtime. You were doing your media run there, and I tried to slide in a time in the
know.
middle of it. It didn't work out.
I know.
But I'm excited that you're here in Indianapolis now doing your tour. You last week, so we missed it already. I wish we
know.
could have promoted it. Hey, if he ever comes back to Indianapolis, go watch him.
Yeah,
the guy is funny. But let's talk about your life.
Let's do it.
I didn't know you were a lacrosse player.
Yeah, I love lacrosse, man. Had a real deep passion for lacrosse.
Sport of the future. Where'd you grow up at?
Denver, Colorado.
I did not know lacrosse was west of Pennsylvania. I had no idea that it even existed out there.
That's fair. It's not the biggest game in Denver, Colorado, but it was pretty good when I was there, man. I loved lacrosse.
And that led to a football.
No, football was from day one. Football when I started playing when I was 4. And, all the way through, had a cappuccino with the Buffalo Bills. So I played football for a long time.
Yeah, and then you went into the Arena League. What position did you play in football?
In college, I played at University of Colorado. I was a H-back, like fullback.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Just run your head into people.
Bunch of CT. Real bummer. And then, and then with the Buffalo Bills, like you said, a cappuccino. And
Yeah, but it's not
H-back
easy to
there.
get into those camps. It's something that needs to be remembered. They don't just sign up dummies out there. I mean, granted,
That's one way to look at it. Yeah, I think it depends. I think if you would have told me when I was like 4, like, hey, dude, you're going to have a shot with the Buffalo Bills. Like, you're crazy. That'd be awesome. But now it's like, God, that was a failure,
Yeah.
It just depends how you look at it.
I mean, maybe a failure because you didn't make your ultimate goal, which I assume would be an all-pro H-back or whatever and becoming a Super Bowl champion. But the the percentage of humans that get to accomplish that and the amount of circumstances that have to fall correctly is so small.
I know.
So I think hindsight, you should have a much more positive outlook than you did maybe as a 4-year-old.
As I'm getting older, I'm like that. Same with my UFC career. It's like, well, I never won the world championship, so that was a failure.
Yeah. Okay. So let's dive into that.
Let's do it.
You go to university. You went to a small school, transfer to Colorado.
Yes, went to Whittier College in California, where phenomenal lacrosse. We were number one in the nation at the time, and then left there, went to University of Colorado, walked on there, and then earned a scholarship, and then played 3 years at University of Colorado.
Congrats. Success story, some would say. Right there, by the way. Don't look at it as a failure. Got your school paid for. Hello. You're using that now. Obviously, you're using all your education you learned at Colorado.
Thank God I went to class. Yes.
You go to the Buffalo Bills, get released from them. You go to the Arena League for a little bit.
Yes.
Decided that is a terrible business. Probably shouldn't do that.
Some would say the worst.
The way those things operate.
Oh my God. I was like, how much am I getting paid?
Only if you win, too.
Only if you will. Like, this is awful.
Yeah, I mean, you got
Real
40
incentive to win, though.
Dude, you got 45 people watching too. You got walls that you can potentially run into now in the middle of the field, and you're making no money.
This was not the dream. This was not the dream.
I mean, there's people that play it because they still love the game. I appreciate and respect it, and I'll try to give them a rating every time it's on TV. I like turn it on before I take a shit and then come back. So I try to give them a rating so they get their money up. But boy, the people that are doing arena, you got to really appreciate their amount of love for football. They love the football out there.
Do they love the football, or do they have no other options? And that's it. You know?
I mean, we can look at it positively. They love the football. So after that, it was like a 2-year window there before the Ultimate Fighter happens.
Yeah.
Were you trying to figure out your life? You didn't know after Arena League. You're like, fuck, what am I going to do?
Trying to figure out how selling supplements door to door, like Pursuit of Happiness style. I had a briefcase. I'd go door to door selling supplements. But
what were they?
It was like creatine and protein powder.
Let me hear it. Hello.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on, bub?
Hey, how you doing?
I was a lot better before some fucking meathead just showed up at my door, but
Yeah,
things are...
Sure. You could be a lot better if you try some of these supplements. Let me just show you what I have here. Can I come in for a second?
No.
And then, okay, you know what? Fuck this.
That's a hard job.
That is a grind.
Tough job.
You're cold calling people, but showing up at their house.
Especially when you're a giant human.
Yeah.
I would go door to door, and then I'd go into gyms, and I'd just sit there with my briefcase, and I'd wait for someone to come up to me, and I would look at someone working out or like hitting mitts, and I'd be like, I can make him 1% better. I go, how? I go, how? Do you have some time? And we'd sit down. It never worked out. I was the worst salesman
A
ever.
meathead Jehovah's Witness, bro. What a wild life.
It was awful, man. But when I was doing that, so I'd do that during the day. Then at night, I would train. I'd do jiu-jitsu and boxing.
Yeah, because your dad, big time martial artist.
Yep. You did your research, man. Yeah, black belt in Taekwondo, and he didn't want me fighting, but coming from football, I needed something to kind of take up that space, and I just had a knack for fighting, unfortunately.
And at this time, I think the Ultimate Fighter was kind of starting to really get going, right?
Just starting to get going. So I was selling supplements, living with my brother. Wasn't making any money, living with my brother. And then it just started taking off. Then I started training with like this really big guy named Shane Carwin, who eventually became UFC heavyweight champion. But he only had 2 fights. We're the only 2 big guys in the gym. So me and him would train nonstop together.
And training, by the way, is now, granted, a man that you have fought before and defeated. Matt Matrione trains here in Indianapolis.
Love Matt, yeah.
And Chris Lytle trains here in Indianapolis.
Monsters.
And when Matrione's training for a fight, him and Lytle literally wake up every morning, go into this little fucking pit hellhole down here in the hood here in Indianapolis. It has pads.
You've done it with him.
I've done it with them 2 times. And they just beat the fuck out of each other. They literally go in there and just beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, they go hard.
They go hard. Chris Lytle walks out of there with a black eye every day.
Terrible job.
Terrible job. So you having to do this against the world champ, I couldn't even fathom. Every day you walk in there like, okay, I got to fight a potential world champion here.
Awful. And he was so much bigger than me, but he was like a big brother and just whooped my ass every day. Listen, at the time I'm selling supplements door to door, and I knew I was athletic, and I'd watch the guys especially in the heavyweight division in the UFC. I'm like, God, I know I can beat some of those guys. If I just focus, I'm so much more athletic in my work ethic. I bet I could get pretty far. Didn't think I'd get as far as I did. I was like, it's better than slanging supplements door to door, man.
Yeah.
So, hey, how's it going? So started training, and then probably 6 months into training, Shane Carwin goes, "Hey man, there's Golden Gloves boxing tournaments next week." I go, "That's cool." And he goes, "Oh, we signed you up for it." I'm like, "Oh shit." So my dad didn't want me fighting at all. And I told my dad, I go, "Dad, I'm doing Golden Gloves next week." I had no idea. I didn't really train for it. I've just been training with Shane. And I go, "I'm doing Golden Gloves next week." He wanted me to just work on my degree and whatever that. So I go, "If I lose this, I won't, no more fighting. I'm done. I'll go whatever you want me to do."
And he says, "Deal."
Deal. He shows up front row. Front row. They don't put me in because I had no fights. So, and they didn't put me in the B class. They put me in the A class with guys with a lot of fights. So these guys are monsters. I go in there. I'm so nervous. And it was 3 2-minute rounds. And I ended up winning the whole thing. All knockouts.
So you're a Golden Gloves
all
champ?
knockouts. Yeah, all knockouts. And so I get, but this is the best part. So it's super hoodie in there. Like, I'm the only white guy. It's all Mexicans, black kids, right? I'm the only white guy. And they're taping my hands, but you're taping your hands with the crowd around you. Like everyone's family, kids are running by.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, like sad movie. So they're taping my hands, and my dad's like right there. And my dad's not used to like fight game. He's looking around. He's like, "What?" And this giant black guy walks by, and who I was fighting in the championships. He was an Army champion, giant black dude. Walks by, and my dad goes, "Jesus Christ!" He goes, "Who's fighting him?" I go, "Dad, that's my opponent." And my dad goes, "Oh, we should leave." He goes, "We should leave." I go, "I can't, Dad. I have to fight that guy." And so I get up, beat that, knocked him out in the second round. And then when I get done, my dad's like, "All right, let's see what happens."
Oh, so that was kind of like
he was like, "Let's see," but he was like, you're a moron, but let's see what happens." And then probably 6 months after, maybe 4 months after that, for my sign up for my first MMA fight. And
were you in like a basement? Was it like a shitty? Chris Lytle tells this incredible story of his first MMA fight was in this dungy basement where basically it wasn't even a cage. It was just like roped off. Yeah, it was roped off with some shady promoters. No.
Different animal. No, in my whole career, whether it's entertainment or fighting or football, I just get thrown to the fucking wolves. So
deep, get thrown in.
They throw me right with the big dog. So right away, my first fight, Broomfield Event Center, 3,600 people, sold out. I'm the first fight of the night. Everyone's there because it's very close to where I played college football. So that whole crowd.
Oh, here we go.
So sold
Let's go
out.
Buffs.
Yep, my mom drives and hour and a half to get there. I knocked the guy out in 16 seconds. And
what did you do? A flying knee?
Just a straight. I think I knocked him out like 36 seconds, but it was like it's just straight right hand. Some fat guy. It's not that impressive, But I get done and I'm in the back. My mom goes, "That was fun. That's cool. So how many more you got tonight?" I was all, "That's it, Mom. That's it." She goes, "Oh wow." She never saw me fight again.
I drove an hour and a half for 36
for you to beat up this fat guy with titties.
So then you get into the Ultimate Fighter.
So I'm doing that Ultimate Fighter calls.
Was that what season of
season 10? Biggest season they ever had.
Yeah, because
that was my big break.
Were you the first heavyweights?
The first season was the first heavyweights, and then the season 10 that I was on is the most watched series of all time.
I will say I did watch it.
Rashad, Rampage, and then we had Kimbo Slice on there. Roy Nelson. Kimbo Slice.
What was Kimbo like?
Amazing dude. Just such a good dude.
People say so many positive things because Kimbo, obviously, everybody remembers from dial-up internet, getting on the internet, waiting for Kimbo to beat the fuck out of somebody in the backyard. So maybe him being a porn bouncer for a little bit. Kimbo had all these incredible things throughout my entire childhood, and then he gets into the real fight game. It was like, okay, Kimbo Slice is really doing it. But all you hear is positive things about Kimbo Slice.
And so I remember watching him on YouTube, and then the house is always 16 guys, and you have no idea who's going to be on it. You just, when you get into the house, I saw 15 guys. I'm like, well, who's the 16th dude? And Dana's like, you guys ready for the 16th guy? And we're all like, everyone's a legit fighter there. And
how many fights have you had at this point?
I had 2. Before that,
oh, good.
2 fat guys. So I just call it 2 fat guys, dude. 2 titties. So we're waiting, and he made such a big deal on it. I saw Roy Nelson, who's a former world champion, and he had like 40 fights. I had 2.
By the way, fat guy,
tough fat guy,
skilled,
tough fat guy,
the toughest fat guy,
the toughest fat guy of all time.
People would say.
So yeah, and he was a former world champion, had over 30 fights. I have 2. So I'm like, well, that's not good. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, I wonder who it is. It's going to be some big name, like tough, like a Fedor or something like that, or some huge experienced guy, and they brought in Kimbo Slice. And then what sucks is, and I think it rubs some people the wrong way, is right when they bring you in, I knew him just as Kimbo Slice, the backyard brawler. The camera zooms on me. I go, oh, fuck that guy. And that's how the world got introduced to Brendan Schaub. In quotes, it puts, fuck that guy. I'm like, man. But then we got into the house, and we were on opposite teams, but there's something about him.
It's hard not to.
I gravitated towards Kimbo Slice, not because he's a badass or not. He was such a good person, man. He told the best stories. He was a family guy, and he was just trying to make money, and he was so humble. He'd be in the house. He'd like, got it. Hopefully it doesn't go to the ground, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing down there. So we'd be on the ground in the living room. I'd trying to help him with jiu-jitsu and show him if you get caught down here, and he was a great guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, passed away. So
yeah, rest in peace, Kimbo Slice. Thanks for all the minutes of entertainment.
Hall of Famer, man. I think you should be in the UFC Hall of Fame.
All right, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know for what he did in the UFC, but for his fighting history, I think he should be.
Yeah, just for his fighting history.
I think so,
what
too.
he did for the game, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
He popped that one guy's eyeball out. In the back.
Oh, yeah.
Magnificent.
Him and that cop in that padded room that one day.
That cop beat him up, right?
It was a war.
Remember he grabbed him?
Oh, it was a war.
Yeah.
It was watching Kimbo Slice walk into somebody's backyard like, "Go, you fucking ready, bro?" It was awesome.
Also terrifying.
Yeah.
When he would drop his hands and let the other guy just start blasting him in the face.
Here's Here's the thing about Kimbo, man. He had skills. Like me and him sparred a lot on Ultimate Fighter. He had skills, man. He was a really skilled dude.
Yeah, because you were a Golden Gloves boxing champ at that point.
But Kimbo's stand up. He was good.
Man, this is a good conversation.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy you stopped by. We're about to really dive into old Brendan Schaub. You're gonna be like, "Hey, I wish I knew this about Brendan Schaub." I bet you we're going to answer that.
Yep.
A company that advertises with us has answered the lifelong question. How do I trim my manhood, get it all cleaned up without nicking or fear of potential death by bleeding out?
Big question.
People have been asking it.
Yeah.
How do I make my kit and caboodle presentable without the potential of nick and blood out to death?
It's a lot of veins there.
A lot of veins, a lot of blood down there. It's kind of how it operates. Yeah. A company came through and said, "Fear no more, my friends. We created a device that is nick-free, guaranteed." Insert Manscaped, a company that has your back in your manscaping world. I got a little crazy. I ended up shaving both legs. I shaved both of my legs and my kit and caboodle just because I thought I could jinx the unnickable, nick-free guarantee Lawnmower 2.0. That's what it's called. The Lawnmower
I like that.
2.0.
Perfect name.
It makes no sense how it operates. Since you've been using razors, Todd has an entire joke about using his son's face for his balls. Made it on Comedy Central, actually. Great joke. But since the beginning of time, you've always had to be very careful. You had to be very dainty because you never knew when potential catastrophe was coming for your kids. Not anymore. Go ahead and go whale on that thing. Just fucking like it's a lawnmower.
Go to town.
Go to town. I literally got a bit aggressive, ended up shaving both my legs.
It was just so easy.
From my
right? You're
waist down right now, completely bald. Just because of the Lawnmower 2.0. You're going to enjoy it too. It's like a fun experience.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're
fear.
You're experiencing something that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
This technology is not supposed to happen. They cured one of the world's biggest questions.
It really did.
Right now, you get 20% off and free shipping and a free travel bag with the code PAT at manscaped.com. When I say this, I mean this. The Perfect Package 2.0 kit that features the Lawnmower 2.0 with skin-safe technology. This trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. It's 100% waterproof and shock-resistant. Precision tools for your family jewels. Your balls will thank you.
Yeah.
Also a great ad read they just gave us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Manscaped.com. Get 20% off, free shipping, and a free travel bag. A travel bag Very nice travel bag, actually. I actually put all of my stuff in. It's my new travel bag. And
you go.
Sweet.
get it for free, 20% off, free shipping. Use code PAT at manscaped.com. If anything, it's a magic trick you're watching right in your hands. You know?
Yeah.
If you don't want to manscape with your friends at Manscaped, at least let a little magic happen down there near your...
Yeah.
Back to the show. Okay, so you go to the finals. Toughest fat guy in history beats you.
Beats me, but I still earn a contract in the UFC.
Here we go. Now we're talking. This is the dream. This is the goal. Now
Is it, though?
We got a new dream.
Pat, is it though?
We got a new dream.
Not really. We got
New
a
job.
new mission. I'll say that. New
Okay,
mission.
so the supplements
mission.
door to door was a mission. Now
Supplements door to door, try to earn a certain amount where I can move out of my brother's house. That was the mission, not the dream. Get to the UFC, not the dream, but it's a mission. You're here, man. Make the best of it. Don't get beat up, and try to get famous enough and get out.
okay, and that's what happened. Mission accomplished. Tom Cruise. Bro, mission accomplished.
I don't know, dude, because when I was fighting, it was like I just didn't have the experience. And again, I get launched into this thing and, I'm fighting these monsters, these guys with 30, 40 fights experience. And, I'm beating some of them, I'm losing some of them. And it's just, I'm terrified.
Yeah, but you won a lot more than you lost.
For sure, 100%.
Mission accomplished.
You were a good fighter, dude.
Yeah, good fighter. Wasn't world champion.
Who gives a fuck?
I hear you. But that'd be the mission,
No, that would be your dream.
Not a dream.
Yeah,
Wasn't
your
my
mission,
dream.
you just said it, was to get popular enough to move on. Mission fucking accomplished.
Yeah, that's fair.
You
You're
were a
doing-
good personality. You had plenty of credibility. In
Not
the
a good
octagon.
personality in the UFC. So in the UFC, you if you were a UFC fan, you only knew me through like the countdowns. So I'm gonna rip this guy's head off, and it's so serious. So you didn't really get to know.
So
the
how
person.
did Rogan become such a fan of yours? Just by talking to you out of the cage or what?
Yeah, we him and Brian Callen were really close, and then I would go. Brian's my best friend, but all of us would always hang out in LA, and we'd go to dinners, and I'd tell stories and just make him laugh. And then they were like, "Dude, you gotta do something with this."
And Callen and Rogan were kind of the ones that told you like, hey, I think it's probably time to step out of that cage and let's move on.
100%.
And they were the ones that told you like, hey, everything you wanted to do in the UFC, you have done. You've made a good amount of money. Your name pops a little bit now. Let's go ahead and take over so you get into the podcast world. Is that correct?
I started doing the podcast with Brian while I was fighting.
Okay.
So me and Brian are doing Fighting the Kid. While I was fighting, I was just telling people about my experience, stuff like that. And it just started to gain momentum. And then I remember my last fight, I got a check for doing my podcast. I got a check for getting beat up. And my check for doing the podcast was way higher.
Hilarious.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm done with that.
Stand-up comedy has been something you talk about dreaming of. This is actual
Yeah.
dream, right?
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy is a
Yeah.
real dream. Like ever since you were a kid, you loved the thought of stand-up comedy.
Loved the thought of stand-up comedy. Never thought I'd be able to do it. My dream was more Saturday Night Live. Something
sketch.
something more like that. But
Still?
I don't know. I mean, the goal would be to host Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
So not be a cast member, host.
Yeah, the cast member's not in my wheelhouse, but a host for sure. Yeah.
Why is it on your wheelhouse?
I
do
mean,
something-
you're talking about Second City Trained. That's and you're talking monsters.
I mean, we watch the shows. We all watch the shows.
Do we? It's the ratings aren't great, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason. I think you might have.
That's why we're saying.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you guys are saying.
Yeah. I actually did watch the shows, by the way.
I love it, man.
It was Saturday night before games on Sunday. It was literally the only thing on TV late night.
Oh yeah.
And I would watch it every single week. And I would just sit there and contemplate retirement each Saturday night. I'm like, I feel like I could probably fucking go do Saturday Night Live. I feel like that's something I could probably do tomorrow.
And that's why we're at where we're at, brother.
But you've loved the stand-up world?
Yeah, the whole comedy.
Did you have challenges early?
in stand up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, still have challenges. I don't. Yeah.
What is it? Confidence?
No, I've never lacked confidence. I believe in myself enough where I'll figure it out, and I'm around the literally the best, most talented comics in the world, and I see how they operate. And there's some guys who I can watch and go, "Oh, I know how he got from point A to point B on that joke. I get that. I can do that." Then I'll watch other guys like Chris D'Elia or Theo Von or Bill Burr. I'm like, I can't. they're aliens. I can't do that. But there's certain guys like a Bert Kreischer or someone who I see his style and how good he's at it. I'm like, well, I can do that, and that's kind of what I base my style off of.
What an incredible time he is. Bert Kreischer.
The best of times.
He just comes into a room. It's like, all right.
It's a tidal wave of party.
It's about to happen.
Shirts off.
Yeah. Everybody's just going to get fucked up here, I think.
There's only one Bert Kreischer. I love Bert.
That's legit.
He came in here like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and he's like, all right, here for the party.
Yeah. Took a
And
shirt
for
off.
2 hours.
Right over there.
He's the best, man.
Middle of
Drinking
winter.
like warm natty lights just because that's all we had. But he was going to do it. He was
Warm natty
determined to
light.
have a good
As
time.
long as there's alcohol. That's what I care about.
He was determined. I think that's a great way. He was determined to have a good time.
It's his thing.
Yeah.
Like a good time's his thing.
You live in Hollywood now?
Live in Hollywood, man. Well, I work in Hollywood. I just moved out of Hollywood. Had a place in Santa Monica, but I have a kid, man, so it's too busy there, so I had to get out. So I moved. Bert, Segura, Rogan, some other we kind of live outside of the area.
Man, you just name dropped a lot of people right there.
Those are my friends. Sorry, man. I apologize.
Who's somebody you met living out there that was much cooler than you could have ever imagined? You're like, you know what? I met insert name here. Thought they were a raging douchebag. Turns out, cool dude.
I never assume anyone's a douchebag.
Really?
No,
Never.
never. I never. If they're a comic, I assume they hate me.
Is that because? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I just assume they hate me.
Is it
So I'm
because
like,
on
"Oh."
Ultimate Fighter you got edited into looking like a dick where you said fuck that guy, so now you just have the thought that anybody who's potentially a douchebag has been edited in to look like a douchebag?
Maybe, but also everyone's judged off social media, but that's not real. Also, that's like it's like politics. Like there's these outcries, and people think that's the narrative, but those are the extreme. So on social media, that's the extreme. So I don't base anything off those opinions.
Oh.
So I wait till I meet them. So
Who's somebody that surprised you?
no one surprised me, but Will Smith was awesome.
Oh, we
It's
knew
my
it.
guy.
We knew it.
Will Smith is my guy.
Will Smith was amazing.
Coolest dude ever?
Ever.
I thought so too.
He was
I've
great.
never met him. I've
You've
only
never
been
met
following-
him. Don't start.
Excuse me. I've been following him on Instagram. I feel like I know him. I feel like I know
Me
everything
too,
about
right?
him.
You know what's funny about Will Smith too? Is
You guys just talked about how fake it is.
Excuse
and how
me.
it's the extremes.
Well, no, hold on.
Excuse
but
me, he hates Will Smith.
Oh, you hate Will Smith?
I hate him. I
Since
think
high
he's
school,
corny.
bro.
You think he's corny?
Yeah.
Bro, he
who do you like?
do I like?
Exactly.
Who do you like?
Great question.
Jeff Bridges, Christian Bale. Those are guys I like.
Sounds a little racist, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
sounds pretty white to me.
Sounds pretty racist, doesn't it?
Easy.
snowing in here?
Easy.
Hey, listen.
Easy.
Fucking two-term Trump over
Hey,
here.
sorry, racist.
Denzel Washington. I like
Oh, no.
Don't go back there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kevin
Oh,
Hart.
yeah.
Oh, Kevin Hart, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy.
I love Martin Lawrence. Hilarious.
Yeah, but Will Smith, he's
but
killing it.
Don't worry about.
I like how Will Smith, because people on YouTube and Instagram, they think they're funny or think they're talented. These Instagrammers are just YouTubers. And then when Will Smith goes, oh, this is what everyone wants to look at? Oh, cool. Let me get my talents on it. And then you watch his page, like, oh, fuck. Yeah,
Take over.
Yeah.
Just took over the
He's
internet.
a real talented dude.
Yeah, actually talented.
So he's like, oh, this is what we'll focus on? Yeah, check this how you do it.
Grammys, Emmys.
He's the best.
All of them. He's got everything.
So talented.
So you met Will Smith?
Met Will Smith, man.
Bert Kreischer tells a story when he met Will Smith. It was in a urinal, and Will Smith was about to tell him the secret to success, but his piss stream was so strong he couldn't hear it. So I tell you what, man, the key to this whole thing, and they started pissing, and then he goes, all right, good luck. And Bert was like, I missed it.
Didn't wash his hands either.
He didn't have to. By the way, I would hope to shake his hand after that. Get a little
Yeah,
bit
I'm trying to think. The only other guy I was at SB party night, I was talking to someone, and a waiter's coming through. I go to back up, and I back up into Tom Cruise. But I
How big?
I turn around, I was like, dude, oh shit, it's Tom Cruise.
How big?
Not big.
5'3"?
He probably had some heels on. I'd say he's 5'8".
Oh.
Heels with 5'8"?
He had some thick shoes on.
So what's in real life then?
God,
5'5"?
5'6". 5'6".
He's listed at 5'6", so maybe it's real.
So maybe we thought it was a Hollywood doctor there. 5'6".
I don't know. He had some shoes on, but it's fucking paid
He's larger
respects.
than life, though.
It's Tom Cruise, dude.
Do you enjoy action flicks? Are you a big Tom Cruise fan? Or what is your style of movie you watch?
No, like I won't see like Hobbs and whatever the fuck it is. I don't go
Hobbs
to,
and Shaw?
I don't go to that stuff.
He doesn't need you. It's a world premiere. He's got China.
Yeah.
The Rock's going to make $1 billion off of
Oh
China.
no, I'm well aware
Because he's
does it.
jumping out of a building at one point, and China's like, oh, we love that.
No, I know.
Oh, you don't like The Rock?
No, I like
Oh,
The Rock.
that's
I respect
interesting.
him. No, I
That's
like The Rock.
interesting.
I like The Rock. You guys love The Rock?
I like him better than Will Smith.
Brendan, excuse me, please.
I see that. Now, do you think he did all the steroids in that, or what do you think he's doing?
All the iron, all the steroids.
I'm a fan, dude.
But he makes so much money worldwide. That's like their new thing, by the way. If you watch any of The Rock's operations, he always makes sure he plugs in worldwide. So he doesn't care about the domestic numbers because he knows that the domestic numbers are going to be down.
China, baby.
China is everything.
China
for
loves explosions.
one-legged guys jumping out of buildings.
Doesn't do it for me, man.
I mean, it does for me. He's The Rock.
Yeah, I
but-
feel you.
Yeah. You like documentaries?
Love them.
Okay. Obviously,
Seen them all. What
good
do you
friend
got?
of yours, Rogan, did the Lazar thing. How do you feel about it?
So,
Oh, wait a minute. That was a deep guess. You don't believe Lazar? You think he's a liar? You think this whole thing's fake? Wait a fucking minute. On record, you're saying that?
I think Lazar's full of shit.
Why? Is it because his guy Jeremy was with him and tried to out Rogan?
That guy Jeremy is completely full of shit.
Hey,
he should have never been on there.
him trying to out Rogan at the one point after he had the glass of whiskey was awesome. That was my favorite
Dude,
part of the whole thing.
That guy ruined the thing. I
I
don't
only
know.
talked like 4 times. A lot of people were tweeting me like, "Oh, if it wasn't for the bearded fuck, that would have been the best."
That guy
interview."
should just shut the fuck up. I like Lazar. But so I didn't look anything into it. I'm not a big alien guy, conspiracy guy. So when I went into it and I was like, oh, this is dope. I was like, this is dope. And I was like, there's fucking aliens. There's aliens. This guy's worked on them, dude. This is
Right out
nuts.
there. Yeah.
Right? They're there. So I get done and then I was still convinced for about 2 or 3 days. But then people started sending me like articles and all this stuff. And you look more into
No,
it.
you don't read those.
You're just going to fully buy in?
Propaganda, bro. That's propaganda.
Yeah, I don't read those articles. I got them sent to me as well. I just
I
choose not
read
to
them. I read them, man, because I don't know that Lazar guy. Like a lot of stuff he says doesn't really doesn't track where he went to school.
Oh, it's because the government was trying to ruin him.
Yeah, I guess, man. I guess. And he's the
Brendan,
only. and
you're
he's the-
more woke than this, bro.
I'm woke on some things.
You are more woke than this.
You believe Lazar?
I just
Well,
believe in aliens.
I know he had a high level job in that industry, so he had to go to school somewhere. So the fact that they can't find any education history on him at all
He
is
had
a
to
little
be
weird.
educated by
You don't
somebody.
just take somebody's word on it that they're.
And there's a
chemist.
newspaper article about him working at that Los Alamos post that they say they never worked there.
Yeah. Listen. I think some of it. I don't know where I'm
that's
at.
real, bro.
I'd be more impressed if he was
I-
that good of a liar.
That's what I said too.
I would love him if he
Yeah,
was.
like I feel like Rogan pretty good at dissecting somebody and picking them apart. I felt like, aside from the migraine thing, that
was strange.
35 minutes in.
Well, no, but all the like you'd like. So, what exactly the alien looked like? You're like, God damn, my
my
head hurts,
migraine.
dude.
I'm trying to remember.
I'm sorry. What were we talking about? So, anyways, when I was in New Mexico, that was shady.
Unacknowledged is another documentary you can watch.
What's that one about?
Aliens. Just want to let you know, I'm all in on the aliens. All out on the Bigfoot. All in on the aliens.
All out on Bigfoot, dude. Documentaries that get me, man. I'll watch them. I feel like an expert, and I will fucking drop some knowledge.
What's your favorite?
We had a friend that became a vegan.
Oh, I'm sure.
He watched one documentary and he became a fucking vegan.
I can see that. That's why I don't watch those. I don't
Yep,
wanna be a
me
vegan.
neither. Just like those articles you're talking about that are discrediting Balthazar. I just don't read them. I just stick away from them. That doesn't fit my narrative. I like my life right now.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm trying to think of the last. Do you watch I Love You Now Die?
No, I've seen it. I haven't sat down to watch.
Is that like Dateline?
You watch it. It's a 2-part series, and when you first watch it, so basically what happened? She was dating this. When I say dating, they had just like a
fling?
well, not even a fling. They only met like 3 times, but they started dating. They basically had a phone relationship.
Yeah, they were texting.
They
I
just
like
text
those.
each other.
They weren't around.
Those are fun. Yeah.
are fun.
Yeah, so they're not around. So he was manic depressive, wanted to commit suicide, and
Oh, I
talked
did
about
see
it.
this.
And she talks him into committing suicide.
Oh yeah.
And then she goes on trial for murder. It's but the first part you're like, oh, she sucked. I was like, give her life, fuck that girl. But then you watch the second part and they dive into the dude. You're like, oh my god, yeah, she helped him out. She fucking helped him out.
You're on her
She's
side.
Dr. Kevorkian over here. Yeah, she's great.
You're on her side.
A little bit, because the kid he attempted suicide 4 times. It's all he talked about.
Yeah, because some of her texts were like shit talking him that he couldn't successfully kill himself, right?
Yeah.
And she like, oh, are you finally do it this time? Like that type of stuff.
Yeah, she has problems, no doubt.
Is she in jail now? Don't, no spoiler.
Well, okay, I mean, this happened in 2014, so I mean, it's news. It's not a spoiler. You know what I'm saying? So she went to
Skip
prison.
ahead.
She went to prison.
For how long?
I think 1.5 years, 15 months.
She's out now though.
yes.
Her and Casey Anthony need to just fucking go tag team dudes.
That'd
all
be a
around.
great podcast.
You know what?
Alright.
That sounds fair, to be honest. Year and a half.
months?
Year and a
Yeah.
half?
That's what I said.
I think that's fair.
You don't know you don't know the story. You didn't
I
watch
just
this?
heard it.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it.
I mean, we know the story. We haven't seen the documentary. We know the story.
No, I gave you the rundown.
I've got to watch this now. I don't
Wait a
understand
minute.
how you can get convicted of helping.
Did you see
talking
the
to
text
someone-
messages?
But
She literally told him, like, yep, this is what you're
no,
going to do.
so he put
so if I tell you, man, you should go rob that bank, then I'm going to go to jail for a
Accessory.
conspiracy.
Correct, 'cause you
That's
didn't share it with the
doesn't
cops.
fit the elements of the law.
No, it does though. That was the argument. You got to watch the doc, brother. You're off. So the thing is,
he was a cop for 21 years.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
But you
That was a long time ago. I saw the doc. I saw the doc.
He'll drop some fucking knowledge.
I saw the doc. All right.
The doc
You
went
want to
on
argue
high?
law in Boston? I saw the doc. Yeah, that was their argument. They go, well, if this kid wanted to jump off a bridge and she walks by and goes, do it, should she go to jail? Because he was going to do it anyways. The answer is
Great
yes.
defense.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Really?
No, I'm just saying.
She had a bad lawyer.
She had a really good.
Evidently.
Here's the thing, though. The kid goes into the car, right, and he put the toxins into the car, the exhaust in the car. That said, commit
In the
suicide.
garage, right?
Good way to do it.
No, in a Walmart parking lot. Shout out to Walmart. So he,
I don't think they want that shout out.
you don't know their demographic.
I am the
Shout out to Hassan's joke. So he closes the door. And he's texting like, I'm going to do it. And he gets scared and gets out of the car. And then the next text he gets from her, she goes, get the fuck back in that car.
Jesus.
And he got back in the car.
Wow.
And then he died.
Yeah, it's not like it was just one text either, right?
No, it was
like
like-
she was sending multiple, like over
Oh, she
different
was
long
a-
periods of time.
She should get into motivation.
She's fucking
coaching.
Lou Holtz coaching.
That's what you got the Tony Robbins of suicide here. She's fucking. She was good. You got to watch it though. But yeah, documentaries. That's my shit, man.
Have you ever been involved in one of those situations where a crime's about to happen or a crime happens? So we have this gas station right back here. It's the most.
I was wondering where you're going with this. Like, what?
Well, this-
How much research did you do?
So I didn't do enough, obviously, but there's a gas station right back here we go to. It's a one-stop shop convenience store. You can buy vapes in there and everything. You know, it's
Love
one
it.
of those gas stations.
Yeah.
Terrible part of town. I mean, it's got the glass in front of the person. You got to dip the money in underneath.
We're in a bad part of town right now.
Oh yeah, there's a meth clinic right across the street there. Yeah.
But like one block down, it's good.
One block down, you're good though. It's a library. You're good. But this part of town, not great. So every time you go over there, there's a chance something's going to pop off. And I always want to be on surveillance camera in the middle of it. I want to be the guy in the surveillance camera, like in the background. I watch a lot of
Yeah.
Dateline, you know.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Like this
Yeah.
guy says that this happened.
Yeah.
I always want to be that guy.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we walked in there. A guy walks in, fixes his gun on his strap. I'm like, oh fuck, here it's happening. I sneak in front of him, like I
go
want to
time.
be in the room. When
You want to
this-
be in the shot.
Yes, I would
Yes.
like to be in a shot. Maybe spear him too. You know, like
Something cool.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
cool. And he goes to the side of the counter too. I'm like, fuck, it's happening. Asks to go to the bathroom, and if they were watching surveillance camera, it's me like sitting there just like staring at him, just staring at him, waiting to do it. He takes a piss and leaves with his gun. And I was
That's
like, God,
boring. Come
damn
on,
it.
dude.
Has any of
Live
that-
a little, man.
Has anything ever happened to you where you've stunted a crime in process or been a part of a cool surveillance camera?
No, never.
What's your diet?
Oh, God, dude.
You have that food truck show. Pretty good show.
With it. Thank you. Thank
Pretty
you.
good show.
Thanks, brother.
We don't have enough food trucks out here. I was thinking maybe.
You could do it. Just do the same one every time.
Yeah, but in LA, it's
I'm
like
just spitballing.
I feel like LA is food truck capital of the world.
LA's food truck, and right where my studios are at, there's so many food trucks
What studio is that?
in Santa Monica.
You
I run all 3 shows out of Santa Monica.
Really?
Yep.
That's where.
That's where Below the Belt for Showtime, Fire and the Kid, and King of the Sting is.
Really? Who owns
sir.
the studios?
This Malka who produces all the stuff.
Really?
Yep.
So all those shows are all coming out of the same spot. I thought they were in Rogan's compound. They're not.
Oh no, Mm-mm.
Really? I'm wrong.
It's our
then.
spot, brother.
You guys have your own spot in Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's not like this, but it's pretty cool.
Well,
You got a great spot, man.
got a good basketball court.
You got a great spot. You're doing it right.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Thanks, man.
Hey, good for me.
Good for you, dude.
Did you hear what just happened to me? Good compliment there from you.
Yeah, I know, man.
So you don't have a diet of any sort? You just kind of.
I yo-yo diet, man. I'm
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
like I'm so hardcore on a diet, and then being on the road sucks, man.
I don't know how you do it.
Not it sucks as far as if you want to be on a diet, because if I'm in LA, my schedule, I'm so strict. Wake up every morning with my son, work out after he goes to school. I'm on my diet. I'm fasting. I'm going to bed on time. Doing my sets at night. I'm good. But then when I get on the road, it's like, I got to try St. Elmo's. I got to try.
Yeah, you got to.
If I'm in Philly, I got to try the cheesesteak. If
Have
I'm in
to.
New York, got to have pizza.
Have to.
So my diet goes to crap on the road, man.
So you
don't
just
think
eat-
I would- yeah.
What is your diet whenever you're at home?
Use keto.
You're a keto diet guy.
Keto kid, yeah.
I got some cookies for you to try. We're about to take to market.
Oh, yeah?
Keto.
You're a keto guy?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Are you keto right now?
Why'd you just look at me like that?
I like the
fucking
tank
eyeballed
top.
me. You eyeballed me.
No, you look good, man.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Did you ever get thick after you retired?
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about?
You got real thick?
I was like 260, 270 at one point.
I feel you, dude.
Yeah, it was easy. It was easy to get like that.
That's where, dude, yeah.
You're a keto guy.
Well,
I got cookies for you to try.
I'll take them.
They're about to go to market.
Do you do keto? You want to be like shredded?
Yeah.
I know.
But I stick with the keto for like 2 weeks. I start looking good. And I'm like, you deserve.
That's how I am. I'm like, dude, you did it.
You did it. Look at you. You look good.
And I eat a pizza and
Yep.
it goes well.
That's exact. And then that pizza leads into like frosted mini wheats, which then leads into a nap, which leads into waking up. Like, might as well have a cinnamon roll too. We've already wasted this 24 hours. And then it just carries into the next day. And it's like, God damn it, I'm fat again.
I think I'm an addict
yeah.
of food.
Yes.
Yeah. Me too.
Like if you're a drug addict, it's easy. Don't do drugs. You don't have to do drugs. You have to eat.
Yeah.
It's a problem, man.
Yeah. And your taste buds have a real opinion on a regular basis.
They know what they like.
I played with guys that hated eating, and I've never been more jealous of people.
What?
I wish I had that, man.
They have to force
it's
feed
rare.
themselves. They have to force feed themselves to keep their weight on. They don't like eating. They don't like food. They don't enjoy
Yeah,
it.
maybe if you're just pounding Adderall all day, but come on.
No, that-
Naturally like that. That's
There's,
insane.
there's people
That's a
like
bad
that.
There's a lot of
substance
people.
in
Like
the
I've met more than 10 people that have been like that throughout my entire career.
Oh yeah, I know some people like that.
Yeah, they hate eating. I'm like, God, I am so fucking jealous. Because if a pizza walks by me right now and it looks anywhere near good,
It's on.
I don't know how I'm supposed to say no to that dollar
neither.
slice of pizza right there.
neither.
It's so good.
I can't do it.
That's because we're from America.
You think?
Yeah. Yep.
Too many options.
This is
It's
America.
a real problem, man.
It is. So you on keto right now?
I mean, I had a potato last night. You know,
Heck, you can't have
I was on
potatoes.
keto before I got here.
That's a healthy starch.
No, it's not. They say-
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Trust me,
I'm like, I'll work it off in the morning. It's not a big
full of
deal.
that. Full of those.
Are you in the middle of a tour right now, or are you just always on the road?
The real tour starts 2020, but I mean, I'm kind of on a tour. Yeah.
So right now you're piecing together your
I'm
set.
trying to piece together stuff because I shot my special in January, so I have a new
How long have you been working on that set that you did in January for the special?
2.5 years, 3 years.
Holy fuck. 2.5, 3 years
2.5
of piecing
years.
that together.
Yeah, but the meat of that is special. The last half an hour, where how I went from the UFC to stand up, which also aired on Comedy Central. That story is 3.5 years, 4 years. That was the base of everything.
How many times do you work a week doing comedy at the Comedy Store?
If I'm in LA,
Yeah.
I'm at the Comedy Store, Improv, or Laugh Factory. I mean, I'm doing probably 6-7 sets a week at least.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm a full-time gig, man. Yeah, and then I'm on the road. You know, on the road every month from here to I think 2022, at least 2 weekends a month, if not 3.
Let's go.
Let's go, bro.
Go take over the world.
Try, man.
Get you a stadium like Kevin Hart.
I know that's the goal, isn't it?
Hell yeah, it is.
That's the goal.
That'd be cool. I don't know how you guys do it. We talk about this on a regular basis. Todd has done a lot more stand-up comedy than me, but Todd always had another job and then did stand-up on the side. I obviously, same thing. I don't know how the comedians do it. I don't know how you guys do it
do you
over and
mean?
over again.
Well, just the same story.
Yeah, I get bored. I told the same story, 3 times in a row
And you
on
hate
this
it.
last tour, and by the third night, I was like, yep, I'm ready to fucking stop talking about this forever.
I think that's an athlete thing too, because I get bored of. I feel like I get bored of my material faster than the other comics. By the time I shot my special, that story that I told on Comedy Central and on Showtime, man, that was I knew it. That was I don't ever want to touch it. I don't want to see it. When I did that, I'm like, I don't ever want to hear any of this ever again. Ever.
But it is. I forget who told me this. They gave the metaphor that a joke or a story is like a little baby
It's never. Yeah.
that you kind of have to nurture and you kind of build it up, and then whenever it finally becomes the adult, it's like, okay, now it's time to put it onto a special, and then you kind of let it go forever. And that was kind of an interesting thing to me because I never viewed it that way. I always viewed it as, oh, this is a funny story. I'm gonna tell you with some passion and energy, and then the next time I tell it, probably not gonna be delivered as good. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like it as much as I did yesterday, and then so on and so on and so on. And that's kind of my problem. That's why I do it like once a year, 2 times a year, because it just feels fresh to me. I don't know how you guys do it.
Yeah, but if it's your passion, you would, because that story. So like I tried a new bit last night, which I've never done before. If he gets some laughs, I'm like, oh shit, it's a seed. So I was like, I'm gonna go work on that, and then I punch it up, and then next night, oh shit, it got even better.
How much stuff will you practice in front of audiences?
Especially right now, a good amount. I'll mess around in between, we call it making a shit sandwich. So at the top stuff, I know it works. At the end, know it works. In the middle, I can mess around, and I know my spots where if it's not going well, I can pull this out and go to that.
It's a science out there. You guys at the Comedy Store really do good stuff on the internet.
Hey, you talked about if it's a comedian, you just automatically assume that they hate you.
Oh yeah.
You want to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I guess I just I didn't come in like a traditional comic, I'm at the Comedy Store a lot, or I'm at the Improv or the Ice House, or selling out the Wilbur. I have a special on Showtime, being Comedy Central, so it's like
That's name drop. I respect it. I like it. I just want to let you know that that's a thing I do.
Oh, I was reading Wikipedia. No, so I just no, if you're a grinder like a comic who hasn't made it, or you did make it but it took you 17 years to get to a certain level, I just assume like, dude, fuck this guy, man. I paid my dues in a different way, but
well, that's the reason I asked is because Pat went through the exact same thing here, and it's just ridiculous to me. I mean, I was a comedian. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Anybody that can get up there and be funny.
Here's the thing.
Who gives a fuck? And plus, you bring a story. It's not your fault you have an more amazing story than someone who didn't do shit with their life.
Yeah, different perspective. Yeah, 100%. I agree, and I get it. I don't know if that'll ever leave. Maybe if I get past at the store one day, I'll feel like I belong, but I don't know. I thought the special might make me feel better, but it didn't. Made me feel worse.
Because you got it instead of somebody else. You need to stop feeling bad about yourself, Drew. Mission accomplished in fighting. Mission accomplished in football. You got free schooling. You got a chance to taste the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Mission accomplished in lacrosse. Your team was good in college.
Yeah.
I think you should stop being so hard on yourself, dude.
Yeah, maybe, man. I don't know.
Now, granted, you are looking a little fat after that potato last night.
Do I look thick?
Yeah. You walked in here and I was like,
dysmorphia, bro.
You walked in. I was like, you know what? I thought he'd be in better shape. That's what I said.
I got to get back on keto.
I got cookies for you.
Monday, man.
Where's next city you're at so people can buy tickets?
This year's next week.
Tuesday, yeah.
I'm in Nashville, Portland.
We got a big Nashville market.
Dude, love Nashville. Zanies. I'm at Zanies, one of my favorite clubs.
Nashville's the best.
The best.
Nashville.
I'm there first week of, I think August 1 through the 3rd. I'm in Nashville. I go Nashville, and then I'm in Portland, and then Houston, Denver.
Oh, those are all close to each other.
Yeah, those are all very easy trips.
It's going to be great.
Yeah,
Denver, hometown, man. Haven't done a full weekend in Denver.
Oh, nice.
Hey, maybe you should fight somebody. Take it back to that 36-second fight. You know what I mean?
Hey, Mom, check it out.
If he's in your town, go check him out. Hilarious and cool dude. And I think you should stop being so hard on yourself. Incredibly successful and fun to watch on the internet and in real life.
Thanks, brother.
No problem.
I'm just trying to keep up with you, man.
No. I'm just a whittling away retired punter
Don't
in the middle of America.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I mean, I sell 6,000 tickets at places. Fucking asshole. Incredible hat. It's one of my favorite hats I've ever seen in my life.
Thanks, brother.
And I saw the bit you put on the internet about you being a fuckboy.
Yes, super fuck boy. Hype boy.
2 chains on right now. Great chains.
Thanks, man. I do have 2 chains. If anyone's listening to this, they're like, I fucking hate this guy.
And there's a Rolex, I think, on the left hand, which is incredible looking. When I was saying
Daddy makes money, man.
the outfit,
Daddy's on the road all the time for free?
No, you're incredible. And I appreciate 2 guys you brought along with you are good people, too.
Yeah, Hassan and Derek are killers, man. Yeah, they're great. Those are my guys.
Hassan and Derek?
Hassan and Derek.
They're
going to go on tour with me in 2020 next year. We're doing all theaters, and we're calling 50 Shades of Brown.
Great name. Can't wait to watch it. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Schaub. Big thanks to Brendan Schaub. Awesome conversation. It makes sense why so many people love him. It does. I'm going to go watch his stand-up comedy the next time I get a chance. I'm going to support that guy. Big Brendan Schaub fan.
Oh, yeah.
If I wanted to hire somebody like Brendan Schaub, there's one place I would go and one place only. LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah.
Hiring isn't as simple as putting an ad in the paper or posting to a job board anymore. That might have worked in the past, but no longer is that the go-to. When you're juggling hiring with everything it takes to grow your business, it's important that you reach the right candidates at the right time. That's where LinkedIn comes in. Over 600 million members visit LinkedIn to make connections, learn and grow as professionals, and discover new job opportunities. 600 million.
That's a lot of
That's
million.
a lot.
In fact, LinkedIn members add 15 new skills to their profiles and apply to 35 job posts every 2 seconds.
Wow.
What?
1, 2.
Bam.
1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
New one.
That's very quickly turning over.
Yeah.
600 million members. Things like collaboration, work ethic, adaptability. LinkedIn does the legwork to match you to the most qualified candidates so you can focus on hiring the person who will transform your business from here to where you want it to go. Because when you're hiring somebody, you're bringing in another member to the family. If the family wants to fly, you got to bring in somebody with wings.
Well said.
To get $50 off your first job post, go to linkedin.com/McAfee. Again, that's linkedin.com/MCAFEE to get $50 off your first job post. Terms and conditions apply. Go ahead and grow your company with the right candidate from your friends at LinkedIn. Ladies and gentlemen, a conversation that you never knew you needed to hear. My AC, by the way, not working great
Really?
at the house.
You might need a new filter.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I wouldn't blame
filter
the
change.
AC. I think I would blame the 110 outside.
It was hot. It was thick out there.
Yeah.
My lady and I rode a motorcycle. It was the hottest it's been in like 7 years, by the way. Anytime you hear since, that makes you feel good. Like, okay, this has happened before.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in the world we're living in now, if it hasn't happened before, that's okay.
Watch out.
All right.
Here.
But what's that?
Here. But I read an article today. It's the hottest globally that it's been ever of all time. The hottest June of all time.
Well,
Really?
I mean, see, I didn't need to know that. See, I was bebopping through life like, oh, hottest in Indiana in 7 years. Okay, 7 years ago they saw this. But if it's hottest globally, I mean, maybe we should start thinking about all the rockets we send through the ozone, just popping
Cut
holes
back
in
on
it.
the rockets a little bit.
But Sam and I were on a motorcycle. It was very hot. Hottest globally it's
Like
been
that
ever.
hot, like the wind, it doesn't even cool you
Yeah.
down. It's just blowing hot air in your face.
On the motorcycle, you're supposed to deduct like 20 to 25 degrees. Okay. So if you go out when it's 60, it's actually like 35 to 40 degrees. So know that you're going to be cold. And that sticks with it into the summer too. Like if it's 80, it's still going to be a pretty brisk little ride. You know what I mean? So you got to account for it. You got to really respect the guys that are out there in shorts and a t-shirt whenever it's only like 70 because it is fucking cold on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for that. But this weekend with how thick it was, it felt 120 on that bike because I have an all matte black
yeah.
bike and the engine is in between your thighs and I had jeans on. It felt as if we were cooking from the inside out. I could not wait to get off that bike. I could not wait to do it. And when I got off, went and saw Aladdin.
Oh. How's the genie?
First Disney movie, and I will say this, I'd never seen Aladdin before.
Okay.
So I didn't really know the storyline going in. Had no idea it was as corny as it was off of Jump Street. We're talking early corniness at a very high
Yeah,
level.
makes sense.
Went to see Toy Story 4, had no tickets.
Oh, you don't featured?
So I went to see Toy Story 4, no tickets, so I had to make a play at the counter buying tickets.
That's a
What a
letdown.
downgrade.
sweating. Sam's in there buying food and snacks already because she thinks we're going Toy Story 4. We're already 13 to 14 minutes late. So we only got like 4 minutes left of previews, which, by the way, 18 minutes is their new time.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
okay.
good.
18 minutes is the new time. So whenever the movie's supposed to start, you got 18 more minutes on the back
Good
end.
to know.
If you're somebody who shows up right as things are starting on a regular basis, like myself. We're not showing up early. So Sam was going to get the snacks because, boy, there was a farm of white trash humans at this. And we're talking, these little kids are out everywhere. There was another movie, I guess, that debuted this weekend that was massive for the kids. I mean, there was just
Lion King,
King?
yeah.
Lion King. Yeah, there was enough little white trash kids here to fucking honestly take up an entire meth-filled city. It was wild. It was a wild scene. So she said, I'll go in there while you go here. I go through the thing. There's a lot of bickering with people, with the person selling tickets. Because we went the one where you pick the seats.
Yeah.
And if it's blue, that seat is available. If it's white, that seat isn't available.
Right.
There was a couple seats that old Mom Bubba Lee, whatever the fuck her name was, she wanted a couple of the seats that were white and was asking them to turn it to blue and give the other person the other seat because she has 6 kids that she needs to sit in. That happened for 20 minutes. It felt like. Another line opened. I got a chance to sneak in. I go, Toy Story 4 at 3:40. Sir, it's 3:56. I know. That's what I'm talking about. We got 2 minutes till this thing starts. They pull up the thing, all white. So there's like one blue seat over in the corner. So I could have went myself.
Sorry, Sam.
I could have went myself. Good seat too. I mean, it was one of them recliner movie theaters, and it had nobody in front of me.
Oh, perfect.
So it's like a recline plus I can get up and walk around a little bit
Yeah.
if I get a little antsy in the middle of Toy Story. If Buzz is falling with style and he loses some grace and he's about to crack that window off the floor, I can get up and move around with how that seat was. But instead, I said, I'm going to need 2 for the matinee. We changed it around. What else do you guys have? Aladdin started at the same time. Cool, let's do that. She was excited to see Aladdin. So I walk into Aladdin. Those first couple minutes are tough. That is very tough. He's super corny. He looks at the camera. He gives weird smiles. He sings. There's a lot of singing in Aladdin. I had no idea.
Yeah.
It was like a musical. I was watching a musical. That came out of nowhere. I didn't know that was happening. But I'll tell you what. I almost walked out of that movie until one person showed up.
Come on.
Will Smith crushed it.
Saved it.
Hey, he crushed
Diggs,
it.
don't clap.
I didn't clap.
Diggs, don't clap.
I didn't clap.
Diggs clapped. There were 6 people clapping, including me and Diggs. But Will Smith saved that movie. I was walking out of the movie until Will Smith showed up. And I'm like, you know what? Love this movie. I'm a big Aladdin guy
That's
now.
what he does. I mean,
No,
he
it's
makes
not what he
movies.
does.
What are you talking about? That movie sucked until Will Smith
The
showed
last
up.
7 movies he's had have sucked. That movie sucks too.
Listen, everybody that fell to Aladdin, that wanted to go to Lion King, that was in that theater, as soon as Will Smith showed up, pop in the room. Instant pop. The entire place. Not just me. Not just me. Everybody else.
There's a lot of sheep in this world. What can I say?
It was good. I mean, he was good.
Do you know if it was the same story? Did they?
Sam said it was basically the same story. There was like 2 scenes she said that weren't in the original. So, by the way, I have no idea how we don't have an animal named Abu yet.
Oh, that's a good name.
That little son bitch is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
This little monkey, bro.
yeah.
With the
He's
hat.
awesome. He's incredible.
What about Jafar's parrot? Was he in there?
Jafar's parrot was in. A bad guy, by the way, Jafar. I had no idea Jafar was such a bad guy.
Who's your favorite character? Will Smith's?
Will Smith's character, for sure. Yeah. This is not
See,
even-
it's disrespectful because you never saw the original. You didn't see Robin Williams, so
Yeah.
Sam did say that the first didn't get good until Robin showed up on screen either.
absolutely.
So she said maybe it's not so much Will Smith as it is the character, the genie, showing up.
It's a very valid point.
That's fair.
Will Smith crushed it though, man. I don't know how people could watch that movie and be like, Will Smith's the problem here. If anything, it's that fucking Aladdin guy. He's a bit too corny for
I
me.
mean, you're talking about 2 of the greats. I mean, if David Spade plays the genie and it does well, then I'm like, all right, anybody can play the genie. But,
Will Smith, Robin
yeah.
Williams.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge because those are 2 of the best of
I
all
agree.
time.
I liked it a lot though, by the way. I liked Aladdin.
Was there a giant snake in a movie?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Jafar's.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Jafar's.
I just want to make sure they did it right.
Big hourglass?
It wasn't a giant snake though.
Oh, what?
It was a staff.
Oh, yeah, that turned into a giant snake.
Oh, no, they fucked that part up.
I don't know. I think his head just got big, like the guy coming out of the snake that came out of the fucking
Seems like
moped.
I think you're
Seems like
thinking
I'm
of
gonna
the
be
story of
disappointed.
Moses in the Bible.
Nope.
That was the staff
Completely
that
different.
turned into a serpent.
Trust me.
No, this staff did turn into a serpent. Though.
Yeah, thank you. Trust me. I
They
grew
stole
up.
that from the Bible.
By the way-
I grew up with this.
Shout out to Jasmine, by the way. Pet tiger.
Oh, yeah.
Power move.
I had no idea that was happening until it showed up. I was
Was
like,
that Nala?
she was
that
walking.
sounds right.
She was walking down the stairs to something, and literally in the middle of the movie, I go, "Oh shit!" And Sam was like, "What?" I was like, "There's a tiger right there." She's like, "That's her pet. We should get one." I was like, "All right, let's watch the fucking movie. This is Disney."
I was always a big fan of the first one, of the carpet. Carpet had a lot of personality.
Oh, by the way, Carpet in this one, yeah,
Personality?
big time player in the game.
Yeah.
Big time player in the game. I think he could have done a little bit better with his emotions, but that's neither here nor there. I like Aladdin. I'm a Toy Story guy, though. I have seen Toy Story. So I was a little bit of a letdown.
Think
there.
about what's in the movie theaters right now.
Bro, so
Aladdin,
many kids,
Toy
bro.
Story, and LionKing.
So
What
many
fucking
guys.
year are we in?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of
Men
sad.
in Black too, right?
Yeah. International.
Without what's his face?
Really? I wonder if they time that like right before kids go to school.
Oh, the parents are
Smart.
getting sick of
Somewhat,
them.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
do
yeah.
something with them.
Smart.
There was a lot of kids in there, man. I felt like I was back on vacation. There was just fucking kids everywhere, man. Everywhere. Sam ordered a pizza from this place one time. A pizza.
From the movie theater.
Is it good?
They made the pizza.
Yeah, not a great move.
They went to the back and made the pizza. We're late already. Sam, we're late already. She was like, but the pizza sounded so delicious. I was like, did it?
They deliver to the
A movie theater pizza? No, we waited.
Oh,
It only took 4 minutes, by the way.
From
that's kinda
personal
scary.
experience, I know what those pizzas look and taste like. I mean, it's essentially a Jack's pizza that they're charging like $27.99 for.
It was $24.99, and it was a buffalo chicken pizza. Thank you.
Ty and I went to see Spider-Man. We were walking, and he goes, "Look at this fucking dumb sack of shit who ordered the pizza." There was a guy who just
Yeah.
had this
We were there
football-shaped pizza.
Yeah.
It looked so bad.
The girl that went to cook it seemed like she had a lot of excitement, though. Like, nobody had ordered this pizza ever, maybe. So she was jacked up about it. She was like, there was tomatoes on there. You want tomatoes? And Sam's like, no tomatoes. And the guy next to him was like, is there tomatoes on a buffalo chicken? She's like, yeah, there is. And Sam was like, I believe the person who's going to make it. And I was like, why are you getting into the fucking drama? But the lady loved it. The lady loved us. She made a good little buffalo chicken pizza.
Did you try it?
No, I'm on keto, bro. I'm on keto.
Good for you, sticking to it.
Sam only ate one piece, though. Said it was terrible. Said it was a big mistake. And I said, no way. Oh, my God. Are you serious? Cece's Pizza Buffalo Chicken is one of the best pizzas I've had in my life, though.
It is good.
It is.
Cece's.
I can't remember.
And the one with the
Incredible.
white sauce they have, the
Yeah.
Alfredo pizza is
Yep.
good there.
I've
Their
never pulled
marguerite was.
I've never pulled the trigger on the Alfredo.
Yeah.
I know I've eaten there several times. I just can't remember what the food tastes like.
It's incredible.
That's when you go to Cece's, though.
Yep.
You go to Cece's very hungover. You're in a very terrible state of mind. And by the time you leave old Cece's place, you're back at it. Back in the game.
Are they gone?
no.
No,
think
we
so.
still
I
have
haven't
some.
seen one out here.
Pretty sure we have one.
I think I saw one in Iowa when I was out there.
Yeah, there probably was.
I think I saw one in Iowa.
We have a lot in Illinois.
You have a who?
We have a lot of those CCs in Illinois. I've never been,
Lionel
but
Richie?
You said a lion.
That's what I
A
thought.
lot
you
of
said.
those.
Huh?
A lot of those.
Banana. It really sounded like a song. A lot of those. That's the Palamalu. Yeah. It's Palamalu.
Good song.
You
Great
know,
song.
you know how hot it is right now, right?
Fucking
It's been-
blistering.
So just when we sit on our back patio, we just sweat. No air moves because we have so many trees and then the fence. There's no wind. So you just sit back there and you just sweat. And we have a stone patio, so the heat just bounces
you're getting
off of
cooked.
it. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe we should get a fan. Good move. So
Smart. It's a smart
my
move.
lady's
here.
shopping at Meijer, and I'm like, hey, why don't you get a fan for the patio? She's like, oh, great idea. They have fans here. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking like the big industrial fan. Like, it's got to be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're
with a
blowing the
mister.
outdoors.
Yeah,
right?
you're in.
Yeah.
You're in outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I get home and it's like the $15 plastic fan with the little stand that you can put together in like 2 seconds. It just snaps together. Blows no wind. Like no wind. It just sits in the corner of the patio. You could be 3 inches from it. I feel nothing. I'm like, it's moving, but it's oscillating. It's an oscillator.
It's definitely
But there's
oscillates.
it doesn't blow. So yeah,
It's a fan you use strictly for noise at night.
I don't. She's the cheapest person in the world. Like she's, well, yeah, but I'm not going to spend $100 on a fan. I'm like, well, then you're not going to cool off the patio. It's going to take $100 to get a fan that you're going to
least.
feel outside.
By the way, those fans
Minimum.
have gotten weaker, I feel like. As we've gotten older, the
like you're
abundance of weak fans has really taken over. I think the expectation level of fan blowingness has dropped immensely. Because back in the day, we had one that went into the ceiling, right? What's that called?
Ceiling fan.
Yeah, ceiling fan.
Yeah, and you fucking hit that thing, it's like it
Oh, yeah.
it just sucks everything out because we didn't have an AC, so that was it, right?
You couldn't even risk getting your limbs near one of those
hit
things.
your head off it every once in a while.
Yeah.
And that's what I was, off the
It'll
chain.
take you,
The chain will get you. It will snap too if you're running and playing like hall hockey or something. But that was a very personal.
Yeah.
very personal
People get
reference.
a lot of people I think got that one.
So when you get older and you buy these fans for like $25-$30 and they do nothing.
Where's the juice?
I'm like, bro, what are we even doing here? We have a couple of these silent ones that blow the circle. What is it called?
Dyson ones?
The Dyson ones.
Bladeless.
Yeah, it sounds like it's doing something. You know, it's supposed to be no sound, but it still makes a just to let you know it's on. And there ain't shit coming out of it. I'm like, hey, come on, bro. So, do you need to get one of those ones? It's like 6 foot by 6
Yes.
foot.
Yeah.
I think you have to get the ones like after a fire department puts a fire out, the ones they set inside the
Yes.
entrance of the house to help dry it out.
Yeah.
Or
You
if
need
there's
those.
flooding and you have to blow the blow the water out of
Oh,
the
yeah.
shit like that.
The ones that you got to talk like this when you're around in the same room.
The grittiness of the fan industry died with the steel industry.
What?
This is a really good fan.
How's the patio? We can't talk.
It feels pretty good.
Was this $300?
Worth it. Huh? No. It's a Dyson.
No, this is actually blowing. Yeah, fans. He really brings some real dramatic possibilities because you're locked in. You're locked in.
Oh yeah.
Because going outside, what are we doing?
That's what I was gonna say. First, the fact that you even went outside on your patio, you could have just stayed inside.
I know, but I'm like I'm trying to, enjoy the fact that it's summer, but you can't because it's fucking miserable.
Yeah, I think that is something. Old Gaffigan, he lives in New York now, I think. But he did an entire bit about the 4 seasons or something, and how when it's sunny outside, you're forced to go outside when you live in a place that has bad weather, right? It's like you literally are almost guilt shamed into not staying inside when the weather is nice.
Because you're on borrowed time.
In California, they see the sun. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to shut all the blinds today. I'm sick of that sun. Here in Indiana, there's 6 months straight where there's no sun. So it's like whenever old Mr. Sun pops in, it's like, might as well go utilize this guy for a little bit. Let me go run around the yard for 4 minutes and then puke and then go back inside. It's real, though. That's a real thing. It is.
I said it earlier this year. I said, you know what? Just because it's a beautiful fucking weekend doesn't mean I have to go outside. It's not the boss of me.
That's right. You're 100%. I would nap my fucking way right through a sunshiny day. I did it this weekend. Oh, I watched another documentary.
Oh, which one?
First of all, ESPN is buying up random sports. We need to make 33 a televised game. I think we could get it on ESPN.
What do they got now?
I saw ISKA, which is something Karate Association. Because they were doing forms. They did a forms championship. It was like one of those cheerleaders competitions where they get on like a little board with a spring and they're performing straight on for the camera, and then there's judges and they're getting scored by the judges. And the forms, I watched forms where these 3 dudes who, unless the interview ladies were 7 foot tall, these dudes were nothing north of 5'1", in gis, all had black belts, and they were doing the forms of karate moves with nobody there. And then they would do, the one guy did the ricochet backflip onto the knee, stand up, and then a pose at the end. And they're like, final score 49.92. And they back up. And then there was 3 finalists. I watched all 3 of them go. And they didn't do the score until the end, right? When those 3 were lined up. And whenever they said a guy's name, like Chase Bombay or something, whatever the fuck his name was, he was on the far right. He would move forward to get his score, but he would never just walk forward. They would all do like a 360, and then pose for it. It was like, you watch those fitness competitions where at the end it's like a final pose.
The pose down?
Yeah, they did that, but with like full roundhouses, and it was awesome. And the one guy won by like 0.04 tenths of a point. And they interviewed him, and he was a weapons champion already, because I guess there's a weapons category, and there's like a kicks category. And the lady was like, "You've always been known as like a weapons guy," because he'd been champion before, and a kicks guy. Now you have a forms championship. How's it feel? He's like, "Well, I guess I'm a forms guy now." He was holding the trophy.
Attaboy, pal.
Boy, it was tough.
So
They're not hitting anything.
They're struggling for.
Boy, it was tough, man. But they did look like, hey, those forms. They were tight. I mean, they walked in, because I've watched dance bombs, so I very much understand like a pointy toe, like that goes a long way. And like straight lines, that goes a long way. And when they were doing all that final pose though, after they were scored, I appreciate it, because it was like, this isn't helping. Like I wish the guy that won would have just walked up and been like, duh. What's up, bro? They took it very serious. I would watch an hour straight of that. If they had an hour, like if Zito was in there, like every 4th guy. You know what I mean? Like if it was like incredible human, Zito, incredible human, like a Chris Farley type, incredible Otis. Oh, you know what I mean?
Am I signing up for the weapon?
I would stick. Oh, Kimbo the Kendo.
Yeah.
Zito's billionaire lifestyle refused to not follow him everywhere he goes. He bought a kendo stick immediately after the story of me getting kendo sticked, made it on the internet. Instagram started influencing Zito into buying a kendo set, not just one stick. And they arrived today, and boy, PTSD a little bit.
I know. Why didn't I open the box? You literally walked away a couple seconds.
Yeah. Kimbo the Kendo is his name, right?
Yes.
The kendo stick in our office is named Kimbo the Kendo. Rest in peace, Kimbo, by the way. Heard great stories about him. Hopefully, just a little bit of awesomeness of Kimbo will live on through this kendo stick, especially after what Schaub talked about him.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about that.
Are you studying forms with it?
Yeah, you weapons.
Yep.
That would be in the weapons division, and you got to go against the forms guy if you're looking to win the weapons guy.
Yeah, my goal is to get good with this, and then be good like with a lightsaber. There's like lightsaber ones.
I don't think that's what I'm saying this whole time. It's not karate. Okay, that's Star Wars.
Oh, I know, but it builds you up for it.
You think some of them Star Wars people should jump over to the fucking kendo stick?
Yeah.
Karate Association.
He said earlier that his goal is to be in the next Star Wars movie.
Yes. Be a Jedi.
I mean, we could get you a trial for Jabba for sure.
Yikes.
I don't know who that is, but I
The
feel
big
like
fat guy.
you didn't deserve that.
I did
It's not
not.
even a guy, it's a slug, really. It's a giant, fat, huge, disgusting slug.
I think Zito's losing weight right now.
I am.
Wedding season, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because if he would have been Foxy's +1 this last weekend at the wedding Foxy went to, Zito wouldn't have been in the shape that he wants to be in for wedding season. He still has some days ahead of him.
Good point.
Oh, yeah.
He's wearing a full Portillo's hot dog outfit
Yep.
that got sent to the office here.
If you can't eat it, wear it.
Does this make you feel good?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not in you, but it's on you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let it feel through the skin.
It actually is a very comfortable sweater.
Okay, so I watched karate. Then there was team tennis was on TV this weekend.
Like more than two
Doubles?
people?
No, not doubles. Doubles is a part of it. So there's men's singles, women's singles, men double, women's double, and they have a team.
Like a Ryder
Yeah.
Cup.
Like Ryder
The,
Cup.
the
They have
Davis
a,
Cup.
Yeah, exactly like that. They had an entire team play against each other. That was team tennis. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? I click on that, and I started watching it, and I'm like, you know what? These motherfuckers really lucky. Serena didn't just decide to play this whole fucking team. Right. I think she would have won the men's singles. I think she would have won the women's singles. Doubles probably would have won by herself, and the women's doubles. I think Serena would have won the whole thing. But I was intrigued to know that there is team tennis where one person could potentially let down another person, which I respect. I like that a lot because tennis is a very selfish sport.
Are you saying it wasn't great competition? Is that why she would have won?
I think Serena. I saw some shots that I thought I could return, so I just automatically assumed. Ipso facto, if I think I could get that, I believe Serena Williams would probably make the other person eat that tennis ball.
I think you might be able to take Serena down.
Nope. I saw this dude perfect dudes.
No chance.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Well, you're better athletes than them.
I agree. I agree completely. I agree 1,000% with that. But I
First
do
try.
think they are pretty athletic dudes. I think they do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But watching Serena just in real life tennis, I mean, she's the people that say that they could beat her, I think just have never picked up a racket before. I've picked up a racket. It's impossible to put the ball in a little square in the serve.
Serving is hard.
So whenever you lollipop one over there, Serena's just going to fucking bury you with that. And then let alone trying to, that's when you're supposed to do good, by the way. In tennis, when you're serving is when you're supposed to do good. And if you're a guy who's not played tennis before or got like years of lessons, your serve is going to be terrible. Serena's just going to fucking eat that. You're done for, dude.
Her serve is also like as hard as like some
Yeah.
like middling guys. Like she hits it hard as shit. I
Dude,
mean,
that's it.
Whoa.
Jesus, middling.
Don't know
Well,
what
yeah,
that
I mean,
means, but
wow.
it's insulting.
she's not hitting it as hard as like Federer or Djokovic, but she's hitting the piss out of it.
Somebody showed me a picture of Agassi playing in jorts.
Oh, yeah.
Is that real?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Agassi was great.
Hey, we're a big tennis podcast.
Yeah.
We are a big tennis podcast. As soon as my body's back in the shape to fucking go ahead and go sideline to sideline, I think I'm going to get some tennis lessons.
Really?
I think so. I love ping pong, and I feel like it's just a little bit bigger ping pong.
I love tennis.
Yeah.
Nick
It's a
likes
fun game.
tennis.
It's a good workout.
we should all go to- Todd was a fucking tennis star.
Yeah.
High
State.
school. Todd made a star football player quit to play tennis.
That's right.
Wild.
19-1. People forget.
People forget. I think I could be a good tennis player.
I think so too.
Because it's a volleyball swing, which I was trying to. So when I was trying to learn how to throw better, I watched Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, one of them, and they had a close-up front shot of Aaron Rodgers throwing a warm-up ball, okay? And it was just his upper body with his arm in there. And the way Aaron throws is he, like, flicks. It's like a full-on, it's like a flick of the wrist. He utilizes his flick of the wrist. And I was on some vitamins, and I went ahead and, like, started breaking down film of it. I was like, all right, so what does he do first? And it looks like he's tightening his bicep a little. And I did for like 20 minutes, and then I got back to it. It was like the middle of the first quarter of the game. I'm like, Jesus Christ, let's get back to it. But I did that to somebody's serve on tennis. I like broke it down real slow. It's just like hitting a spike in volleyball. Because my problem is anytime I play tennis, that ball's going over the fucking back fence. That thing is gone. It's a home run derby for me in serving. That ball is gone. It's a little spike thing, and I did that in volleyball. I think I could figure it out. I think it's a sport I could figure it out. And my ping pong's pretty good, which I think, I don't know. I was watching that fucking Federer Djokovic thing. I'm like, why are they just hitting it right back to him? Like, Federer likes to play with people, I think. Like, I think he enjoys just, like...
Make them make a mistake.
Yeah. Djokovic was trying to bury him a couple times. And Djokovic ended up winning, obviously, just because Roger Federer doesn't train in the offseason. Self-admitted does not train. He runs around with his kids. But I saw a lot of chances to... I feel like there's...
Little cut shot?
Yeah, a couple of them. Come on, let's make them run a little bit here. At least if they win this point now, at least they're going to be a little bit tired later. That tennis looks tiring.
It's a long game.
I'd probably make one set or two.
Very yuppie sport, too. You're not going to enjoy the people you're playing with.
No.
That's even better, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so. You got to be around them all the time.
No, I don't got to be around, 4 or 5 sets? Match.
Yeah.
What is it? 4 or 5?
5 sets tops. I mean, best of 5.
Makes
so.
you want to beat them.
Only in the majors, too.
I'm probably doing best of 3. I'm only there 3 sets with these people. The only issue is having to learn from one of those people.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to be tough. We're probably going to run through about 4 or 5 of those trainers before we land on somebody that...
I think McEnroe. I think you'd enjoy McEnroe if you get him to train you.
McEnroe's going to train me?
He'll show you a side
call
of New
him
York you've never seen. Seen the sights, love the sights, but he'll show you a side of New York you've never seen.
What is that from?
Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds. Yes.
McEnroe said that in Mr. Deeds?
Yeah.
Took him on a bender.
He got hammered with Deeds.
Yeah.
He yells... He was a yeller, right? He was sorry. We should probably edit that out. He was a passionate guy. He played with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
I would like that guy.
Bit of a cocky sucker, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good word.
Oh, yeah.
He's a cocky sucker?
A little
yeah.
bit.
A little bit of a cocksucker.
Great announcer, too.
What's that?
Great announcer, too.
Phenomenal.
I enjoy him. How long is tennis season? It's 1 week, right? Wimbledon and
No, I play all year.
4 majors, just like the golf season.
Yeah.
Shane Lowry made me so happy.
He's
that's
hammered
awesome.
right now.
I saw a video of him singing over there. Ireland, a lot of live music, by the way. I've never been in Northern Ireland. Same island. It's just the Protestants and the Catholics. I mean, I could get into it because I actually, I've been there and I learned about the whole thing. Smaller windows because people in actual Ireland were getting taxed for the size of their windows.
Oh.
It was really bad there. Car bombs. Yeah, I mean, things were not great over there. So I do understand that they're 2 different countries, but it's Ireland.
Yeah.
I put out a tweet, got glassy-eyed watching him walk up in his home country. And Northern Ireland and Ireland are 2 different countries. I'm like, well, they haven't been in war for like 25 years. Exactly. So I think we should relax a little bit. And that might be too long. Maybe it's only 10 years. But they're not in war currently.
No.
Right.
Thankful for us Irish
Everybody's
people.
getting along.
Peace
seems
times.
Look at us Irish people putting our swords away. By the way.
Like. That's what we do.
The
Time to move on.
McAfees are from the good side, by the way. The ones that didn't, try to
Good people.
ruin everybody's life.
What side's a good side?
Northern Ireland's where the car bombs are. And Northern Ireland is a little bit more.
Who makes the Guinness?
They stole
Southern.
the babies
Oh, okay.
in
I like the
Sons of
Southern.
Anarchy.
actual Ireland.
Abel.
So that's Ireland, and then it's Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Anyway, Shane Lowry. When I was over there in Ireland, live music everywhere. It's like Nashville. Ireland is like Nashville.
Nice.
Not always great, by the way. Music is not always.
That was my next question.
It's not always great, but it is happening. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always great,
Yeah.
but it is happening. Even if there isn't a stage, they're sitting at the first like booth with music, like with a guitar or something. It's just the way it goes. It's just live music. So there's a lot of singing along. The video I saw of him standing up there with a drink singing along, like I think that's a standard day in Ireland, by the way. Just so happens to be one of their own is celebrating an awesome accomplishment.
Nice.
It made me glassy-eyed when he was walking up there on 18. It really did, because they said he had a 4-shot lead in another tournament. He blew it. and he said that he was a new golfer. So I like a good redemption too. Like that got a monkey off of his back in his own place. Like that was, I enjoyed that a lot because I could fathom there's a lot of pressure of being that guy that gave up a 4-shot lead and then bang, going in there and fucking winning it on Sunday.
He dominated. It was good to see the weather come in on Sunday. I don't like an Open if there's not a good day of weather.
Yeah, I feel like in Europe, that is something that happens. I guess the American one did too, right? Didn't it rain a bunch? But in Europe, that golf looks very terrible. Europe loves the miserable sports. Those courses are impossible. And then soccer's 90 minutes with what, 1 goal or 2 goals? It's like Europe back in the day when they created these sports, they're like, listen, we don't have a lot of fucking good shit going on. Let's make these things as long as possible. And whenever we celebrate, we want to celebrate hard. So let's not make that happen a lot. And I feel like that's what happens in Europe because that course looked impossible.
I respect that. I respect that kind of thinking, though.
Me too. I enjoy it. I mean, I played soccer. I'm starting to get into golf, I think. I watched the golf showdown this weekend. Not a lot of McAfee in there. They showed zero golfing of me.
Was
probably a good move.
Well, like I said earlier, an hour to show anything on a golf course.
Are you taking shots at them right now?
Why not make it longer? They were there for 2 full days. Like they definitely had a lot of good content.
They had over probably 30 hours of footage.
Yeah, for sure.
It wasn't just you. Kyle Williams was one of the best golfers there. He got no love on that show.
They didn't show Kyle Williams?
Barely at all.
He shot a 1-under on Showdown Day against Del Curry. Shot a 1-under. That's a PGA round.
Yeah, he got literally nothing.
He was not on TV one time?
I think it was just a quick shot of him once.
Oh, my! I didn't watch. I was at Aladdin. That's on me. It's on me. I was on my motorcycle. You guys heard about it. I missed the show. I started seeing everybody's tweets, and I was like, oh, boy. I forgot this was on. I was excited to see how it all worked out.
Understandably, a lot of Favre, a lot of Rodgers, a lot of CP3. Favre, we saw him all weekend. I didn't know he chipped one-handed.
All the time?
All of his chips one-handed.
That's Jason McAfee, bro.
It is.
And they were solid. They were within like 2-3 feet every time.
Yeah, Brett Favre was a player. That's all everybody said is Brett Favre was a player. I don't know. You know what we should do? We should try to get the streaming rights of that next year.
Yes.
Oh, please.
I think it's a fun tournament. And I think if you have it covered as if it's a real golf with some comedy in there, I think, because these players, by the way, are taking this golf serious. So you're going to see some good. Kyle Williams went 1-under. There's some good. Del Curry won scratch. Patrick Peterson, same thing. Scottie Pippen's chipping him from 250 yards out. There's some good golf I think can be covered. God bless your soul.
Brett Favre has the perfect shit-eating grin.
At all times.
He like the announcer, horrible joke, but the jokes around with him. He was like, "Oh yeah, you play pretty good for somebody with a 12 handicap," and he just looked at him and he goes, "12." I told him 13. They gave me 12, and he just had a little shit-eating grin.
Hey, that's a great line. That is a great line.
Yeah, it was a great comeback.
I would like to be friends with Brett Favre. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know how many new people he's letting into the circle. That story of him not knowing what a nickel defense is, Ty Detmer telling him, who gives a shit? Oh, it's when they take out a linebacker and bring in a corner. That's it? Who gives a shit? That's hilarious to think about a guy who was so good at football. The game was changing. He was just like, okay, they got a thinner linebacker in. What do we? I'm gonna throw this way. Not even a thought of like, let's run towards him. There's no thought of that. It's just, who gives a fuck if they're losing 100 pounds on the defensive side of the ball? I love Brett Favre.
That's why he's my favorite of all time.
There was a list that came out. They had him at 17. I forget who it was.
Dude, that list was
It's pretty bad.
They had Tom Brady number 1, as it should have been. Peyton Manning number 2, as it should have been in my eyes. I think everybody would agree on that. Montana, I believe, was up there.
Yeah, the list was wild. I think it was Bleacher Report, but Alex Smith was on the list.
You think they did it on purpose? Yeah, people make these lists on purpose just to troll
Just top
people.
25 quarterbacks of all time, and
Alex Smith was on the list.
On the
He was
list.
number 25.
Number
Excuse
20.
me. Excuse me.
Has he ever
I
won a
wish I could
playoff
find
game?
that fucking
Yes. No. But it's coming up. It's coming up.
He can barely walk.
He's striving to become the man he once was as a quarterback.
I mean, I like him. This is not about him as a person.
By the way, Dwayne Haskins delivers the rock. I don't know if Alex Smith's going to get back on the field.
Oh, I got it here.
He's with the Redskins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Haskins, I think he can really throw, by the way. I have No idea how he is breaking down defense and his work ethic behind the scenes.
Big time chip on his shoulder too after that draft.
Oh yeah, they got it all wrong, bro.
Kurt Warner, number 10.
Bro, I waited 221 picks, Dwayne. That's what I love when those made me wait till like 15, bro. Oh, is that a long first night for you? I thought I was going back to school. I hope Dwayne Haskins does well, by the way, because I like a guy that A, has swagger, and B, can throw the rock all over the fucking yard.
I hope Alex Smith does well too. I just don't think he's the 25th best quarterback of all time, or anywhere close
You got
to
to put
it.
his leg back together too.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's true. It's a factual statement. You got to put his leg back together.
They have doctors over there. They did that already.
Kurt Warner's at number 10 on this list of all time.
Oh, that's tough.
Ahead of
I'm not
Rodgers
saying
and
anything.
Favre.
Kurt Warner won a Super Bowl, had the greatest show on turf. People forget this wild, wide open offense thing started with the Rams and what's his face, the white haired guy,
Mike Martz.
Yeah.
Mike Martz and Kurt Warner and those boys out there. Who's that? Holt,
Torrey Holt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Isaac Bruce.
Yeah. Oz Hakeem.
Marshall Falk was on that team.
Dick Vermeil.
Dick Vermeil, yeah.
Dicky.
Who they lose to? Patriots.
Yeah.
Vinatieri. Did Vinatieri
Yep.
went home right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. That's my friend. Does St. Louis still like the Rams?
No.
I think they hate him.
They hate Kroenke. I know that. I don't know if they're holding it out on the team or not, but they hate Kroenke.
I wonder who they pull for. If you're from St. Louis, tweet us and tell us who's your team now. Who's the general, not just you personally, the general feel of St. Louis Rams fans? Who are they cheering for? I'll be interested to see if they still cheer for the Rams or not.
Yeah. Versus the Chiefs or something.
I wouldn't. I couldn't.
If they
If
got
my
up
team
and
left my city, there's not a fucking
Yeah,
chance.
but I mean, you're born and raised in Pittsburgh, where it's like
Never gonna happen.
not a lot of cities like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
I
also
assume-
different with like the ownership too, because it's not like the team wanted to leave or decided to leave.
It's not like every player was-
Yeah, you know.
Now, granted, that last year in that fucking dome, I got a chance to play there in preseason.
Oh, it's tough.
If I was on their team, I'd be, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. I would. Because it's bad.
The turf was fucked up too. Wasn't
Everything. It was just bad. Everything was bad. Just like the Raiders Coliseum. It's a cool place to play, but that place is a shithole, man. The visitor locker room, you got like 2 shit stalls. They don't even have doors on them. I mean, it's just, you got no, there's just, me and Vinatieri like sharing a locker. I mean, it's just, not, granted, yes, we get to play football for a living. But when you're talking about companies that are making billions of dollars and where you're taking the greatest athletes on earth to go to, you would think that it would be better than it is, but there's a lot of tradition there. And that environment at Coliseum was electric. I mean, that place, they got a Baytown DJ only playing Bay hits. And that place goes. That place absolutely goes. I don't know how Oakland's going to feel whenever they go to Las Vegas, if they're going to follow them. They say Raider Nation till death or whatever. But you talk about those old stadiums when teams are like, we need a new stadium or we're going to leave. There's a good reason. Now, granted, I think owners should be able to pay for it themselves by your goddamn self. You're making billions of dollars. You can go ahead and get a loan out and do 1.2 billion or something like that to pay for your own fucking stadium without having tax dollars. And then whenever you take tax dollars, by the way, now you have to listen to the people. You have to. If you're taking their money, you have to listen to the people. If you just pay for it yourself, hey, listen, this is how it's going to fucking be. You know what I mean? Jerry Jones bought he basically bought an entire side of Dallas and then put the stadium out there, and it's literally Jerry World.
Yeah.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants there. And the fans don't feel like they're paying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the taxes. But I'm thankful Oakland's going to Las Vegas, just strictly because it's a new stadium. But Oakland, I think they deserve a team if they can get a new stadium out there. But that St. Louis Dome was shit. I mean, it was bad. I remember being like, this place is
It was
tough.
What I remembered, it was their turf caught on fire before the game because of the putt.
Oh, yeah.
Rockets, red glare, boom. That's awesome.
What stadium had the greatest locker room or like visitor locker room?
Minnesota. They built that brand new stadium. It was negative 20 or something outside. I think that was the actual. I think it was negative 20.
Yeah.
Negative 12 felt like negative 24. I have no idea how you measure that. I have no clue how you measure.
Wind chill.
Yeah, but how do you measure negative 24? Like once it's at 0, how do you measure?
That's actually a very good question.
Because if it's at 0, if there's nothing, how do we go the opposite direction?
There's no negative thermometer.
That's what I'm saying.
There is, but
Is there?
Really?
yeah.
I've only seen it go to 0.
I would assume there is because they do give.
Yeah. the barometric pressure.
You're
and
also
stuff like
talking about the thermometer you stick in your mouth to see if you're sick or not. But
No, but they do give actual temperature, so you would assume they're reading something, Zito.
Yeah.
But I've never seen it either. You're 100% right.
Thank you.
But I don't know how you measure negative 24. Like, I don't know how it's like, this is negative 24. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe we should just move where 0 is then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Maybe 0 needs to move down.
maybe this is
30
5 degrees. Negative. This is negative. There are negative 25 degrees out here. Like, where'd they go? Where the fuck did they go? Where, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. But it was freezing. So when we got inside, very excited to get inside because you took a little bus. They parked you downstairs, but it was still a little chilly. You get in there and you open this place. It was magnificent. It was beautiful, brand new stadium. They had the Viking chant that happened beforehand, a guy with a fucking drum. I mean, it was cool. And then after the game, nobody would leave. So they have all their suites on like the bottom level. They were all filled with people as we walked out, like an hour and a half after the game. We're walking out, still filled with humans. It's like, I don't want to go outside. Just keep the place open. It was awesome. Minnesota was nice.
Did you see LSU's new locker room?
Oh,
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu was kicked out of there
Yeah.
for fucking up, right? He
Yeah,
notably fucked up.
I think he got arrested for smoking weed
Marijuana,
like 3
yeah.
separate times.
So he gets kicked out of there. Now he gives back to a player's lounge. That's awesome. Good for him. Good for LSU. I saw they have little pods at their
Oh,
lockers.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
you like
the
that?
airplane pods?
Yeah, big fan. Big fan. And some media guy tweeted Dockich this, and then Dockich, who is a member of the media, a very large member of the media, loves attacking the media for being media, right? He always goes, media people never know. It's a good little bit that he has. I appreciate Dan Dockich. Not everybody does, but I appreciate him. Some guy said, have something about sleeping in the locker room. Let me say this. The mid-camp day nap in your locker is one of the best naps out there. Also, after early morning insane workout, if you don't have class, obviously, or you're not going to class, a pass out in your locker is one of the best naps ever. When you wake up, you're like, oh, fuck, all right, here we go. So the people that say that you don't sleep in the locker room just haven't been in the locker room enough, I don't think, in my head. Because everybody was judging them for those pods. Like, oh, what do they need to lay down for? It's like, they literally live at that place. It's nice to have a little home down there.
We would sleep like before games, like lay on the floor, like lay towels on the floor to sleep before games and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
locker rooms, it's like your home.
Yeah.
It's like your little piece of home down there. All those locker rooms that are being built up just so the schools can say they're nonprofit are fucking incredible. That's such a cool move. Michigan builds $700 million complex. Reports 0 net profit. Just paid for that cash, bro. That's not a bad move, but I think it's good for the schools.
Yeah.
It's good for the student athletes, too. I mean, if you have these first-class, state-of-the-art places, they all need to know, though, when you go to the NFL, it ain't going to be like that. Or maybe it will be.
I don't know. Le'Veon Bell's rant. Did you see that?
What do you say?
He's going off on Instagram. People mad showing up in his comments about you need to be playing more football. You're making too much music, doing this, doing that.
Yeah. And what
And he was pissed. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he's like, I could basically, I can't live my life. I can't. Beyonce, you think Beyonce's singing all day?
I thought you were going to say that he said something about the Jets workout facility.
No.
I was about to say, oh shit, did he? I'm excited. If he said, I was
well,
like,
there should
eager.
be nice, right?
Yeah, I would assume
it's
their
newer.
place is nice. Yeah, but there's a lot of places that aren't newer. You know what I mean?
it's so funny, people that bitch about like at universities, whatever, how nice like the football complex will be versus other parts of the
Yeah, they did it
campus.
today.
And I was watching Last Chance U, and the band guys were bitching about, and they showed them in their room, which the band splits the room with the art department. So there's like shitty little paintings and stuff on easels over here. The paint is literally like crackling off the walls. It's chipping and falling off the walls. And the guy's like, and our oboe is broken. It was so funny, dude.
That always happens.
One of
I'm
the
like, I don't think your band concerts are bringing in much revenue.
Yeah, one of the LSU professors today was like, and I'm sweeping my office with like a handheld Dyson vacuum that I bought at Walmart. I'm like, yeah, but no, 80,000 people don't come to watch you fucking teach your communications.
And I
class.
would assume that guy's like when I watched West Virginia come up, and I'm not saying it's all because of the football team, but I think it brings a lot of money to the school whenever your team is on a national stage on a regular basis. It brings a lot of things. I watched West Virginia build a lot in and remodel and renovate a lot of the campus while I was there, and it got nicer. I think everybody wins, but the football team definitely wins the most. Unless you're the basketball team in Kentucky or North Carolina. West Virginia.
Whoever brings in the most should reap all the benefits.
That's the thing with those donors too. Like I worked at a place where like you would call for people to give money. Like they don't give a fuck about the general scholarship program. But it's like, hey, we're raising money for the football team to build a new facility. It's like, yeah, I'll donate for that.
Yeah. Hey, how many? 6, 7, 8 million? How much you need?
Right.
Bruce Irvin donated $250,000 to WVU's new weight room, and they doubled down to call me see if I would match that. And I said, I wasn't like the sixth pick. I apologize. I mean, I worked out a lot in there. I appreciate it. I feel like I scored a lot of points for you guys. I missed a couple, I know, but I just ain't got that, bro. Yeah. Good for Bruce, though. Yeah. Good for Tyrann Mathieu, too.
Yeah.
That Mathieu Players Lounge looks awesome. Mm-hmm. LSU's had a lot of good players down there. A lot. Man. They put that mural up of all the DBs that have been through there. It's a good group of humans. DBU. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. That's what they call it.
That's good. SEC is just such a wild animal. They're so good at football. We interrupt this conversation for a reading by Zito.
Thank you, Pat.
No problem, Z.
According to studies, just over 10% of break-ins are planned beforehand. The rest of spur of the moment.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
We stumbled out the gates here.
A core of studies.
We didn't plan ahead.
Missed the A in according.
Yeah. Well, it was a corning.
Yeah.
Did you know most break-ins happen between 6
What
a.m.?
happened? There was the word accord. This is another option.
You could choose different options. It looked easy, but it was not easy.
Yeah.
Did you know most break-ins happen 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.? That's a question.
I did not.
No, I did not know that.
In the middle of the day?
Oh.
So between those hours, not specifically
Were
at
we
6
supposed to
a.m.
ask that question too?
I think so.
Yeah. So
And is it
between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Let's try another one. Let's try another one. Let's go to a different.
I thought, boy, I'll just
Let's just go through all.
Just make sure I'm home at those 2 points of the day.
According to the FBI, the average loss in a burglary is over $2,000.
What happened at 6 a.m. 6 p.m.?
We chose another one. That could be hard to recover from. There are over 2 million burglaries reported every year. That's 1 every 13 seconds.
Are you serious?
Jeez.
Wouldn't lie to you guys.
No, you wouldn't. You would read what's right on the paper.
And what's crazy is that only 1 in 5 homes have home security.
It's like a baby discovering something when a new word pops in.
Maybe because most companies really don't make it easy.
Oh, that's probably
I think
why.
you're right.
And I'm going to talk about Simply Safe real quick.
Oh,
Okay.
please do.
Simply Safe protects your whole home, every window, room, and door with 24/7 monitoring for just a fraction of the cost.
What?
I'm going to mention some reasons.
Please do. I'd like to hear them. Are these yours or are they somebody else's?
They're like all of ours. Their police dispatch is up to 3.5 times faster because they use video verification.
I like that.
There is no contract, hidden fees, or fine print.
Even better.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's designed to blend right into your home. No wires, no drilling.
Wow.
That's amazing. It's easy to order and easy to set up, usually in under an hour. No big deal.
It's much less than that,
Yeah,
I'd say.
I would say as well.
But I would assume an hour is probably the time they have to allot for it.
Simply Safe has won a ton of awards from CNET to the New York Times Wirecutter. Price.
Times and Wirecutter?
Oh, it's the New York Times Wirecutter. That's on me.
Oh, okay.
That was
I thought it was
one
New
word.
York.
Yeah.
And then Times and Wirecutter.
Yeah. I don't think 2 different companies, right? 2 different periodicals.
New York Times.
And the wire cutter.
In the wire cutter.
I don't know. They just put an apostrophe, so I don't know if that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it usually separates things.
Yeah.
Oh, I
No,
thought it was
that's
comma
ownership.
dice. Yeah, it's ownership.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Not them.
Not a comma.
Suck
It's an
it.
apostrophe.
You mean
It's
an
apostrophe.
apostrophe? Okay.
Yeah, excuse me. Hey, Zito.
Yeah,
100%.
suck
You
it.
nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be mad at us for thinking he
Yeah.
thought an apostrophe was a comma.
By the way, I potentially thought an apostrophe was a comma at the beginning of your statement. And then I saw the wheels start really rolling up there. And
Yeah.
I saw you like you were thinking ownership.
I did.
Yeah.
All right, good.
It's one of those like, weird apostrophes. With
But
the
you
S,
didn't
the
say
apostrophes after the S.
you didn't say New York Times'
Well, because the apostrophe's after the S. He
Yeah,
just,
threw me off.
Well, yeah, if there's an S at the end, they don't add another S. Like McComas at the end, they're not going to add it's not an apostrophe and then another S.
Right.
It's just an apostrophe.
I never understood that course.
Language.
There's not really much to understand. It's just, if there's an S at the end.
we can tell.
Good luck out there.
Yeah, prices are always fair and honest. Around the clock monitoring is just $15 a month.
Oh, it's cheap.
$15 is worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call some action here.
Attaboy.
Visit simplysafe.com/McAfee. You'll get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial. You've got nothing to lose. Go now and be sure you go to simplysafe.com/McAfee so they know our show sent you.
Great.
I love it. So good.
Is there an exclamation point of you have nothing to lose? Is that why you really
Yes.
went for it? You really don't have anything to lose. It's a 60-day free trial. Go ahead and send that thing back, but you won't. We have Simply Safe everywhere, inside our office, at our homes. It's perfect. It's just you feel very secure because you have an app that just clicks into your streaming camera anytime you'd like it.
Yep.
It's worth it. $15 a month is worth the comfort and the free trial. I mean, why not do it? Simplysafe.com/McAfee.
Yep.
We're very thankful for them and what they do. Also, Zito, great reading, honestly.
Thank you.
I think you're only getting better.
I don't think so.
I think you're right.
I learned about the apostrophe S today, though.
What's that?
I learned about the apostrophe S
Or
or S apostrophe.
that a boy. Look at you. Huh?
Who needs school?
Really didn't think it was going to get to that one.
Just do ad reads.
Football's starting back up. So excited.
Can't wait.
Camps are starting.
Camps are starting. People are playing football. AQ gave me the annual FaceTime of why am I doing this? We talked about all the last minute retires that happen, like the dawn of camp. It's just because they've been enjoying their off season so much. And then like the night before they got to go to camp, they're like, I ain't fucking going. No way. You'll see a couple people retire this. There'll be a couple people that retire just because of how bad they hate training camp. Anytime you talk to retired players, you ask them what they miss. Like, I miss the guys. I miss doing this. And not a single person will ever say they miss training camp. Not a single motherfucking one will say, I miss training camp. And it's such an interesting thing because it's a necessity. It's something where you build your camaraderie, build your team together. But just since the beginning of time, no matter if it's 3 a days, 2 a days, walk through with the practice, it's just football 24/7. No other thoughts. Le'Veon Bell is going to fucking hate that. Le'Veon Bell is going to hate it. But it is, everybody does. It's just like, but it is, as I got older, this is kind of a weird thing. When I was young, I was happy to be in training camp because I'm in an NFL training camp, right? I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. I'm in an NFL training camp. I didn't even go home on the days that were off. Like, I just stayed there. I'm like, yep. They fucking won't kick me out of here. I'm still here. It's awesome. And then you hit that middle of the road where you've been through the business side where they're literally talking about you as if you're a Pawn Stars item and they're Rick and your agent is you walking in there. I mean, so you've been a little bit jaded by the whole thing. And then they're like, oh, yeah, we need you to go to 3 weeks at this university and sleep on a bed that's worse than yours, in a room that's worse than yours, going to a public pisser that's worse than yours, and you got to practice on fields that are worse than ours. And it's like, well, this sounds like a fucking terrible time. Why are we doing this? And then whenever you get there, you start to, as I got older, I started to like enjoy it. I was like, you know what? This is a necessity. Let's just take it for what it is. You know what I mean? We're all getting away from our family. You talk to the old guys who got like 4 kids. It's like, yeah, do you think we should still travel to like a university for camp? They're like, Pat, this is the first time I slept an entire night. Probably 8 years or so. Training camp is the only time I get a full night's sleep because I got 6 kids at home. I'm like, oh, so you love this. I mean, I don't love it, but at night sleeping is a lot better when you don't have crying babies. I'm like, I could imagine. I didn't even think about that. But training camp is this is when it all begins now. We're about to start hearing stories come out of training camp. JJ Watt is already on the PUP down there at the Houston Texans camp. That has to make you wonder, are they just resting them?
Yeah, so is Hopkins.
Yeah, are they just resting them? Which couldn't do. You definitely can't do, especially in Houston if it's 100 and some degrees. JJ Watt and Hopkins don't have to prove anything in the first 2 weeks of camp.
Sure.
Let's not get them hurt. Let's not get a strain on them. Let's save them for season. Or is it like a lingering issue? Because if it is, I would like to know why. And I might say this to Lev Bell too. Hey, JJ, why are you watching dodgeball, bro? Why don't you go rehab? I'm joking. JJ Watt would not be as active as he's been on social media talking about the things he is if he was hurt right
You're
now.
1,000% right.
If he was hurt right now, he would be very quiet, hunkered down. That's the type of guy he is. But he's been tweeting a lot. He's been active in a lot of feats this offseason. I think he's going to have another dominant year. But I like them resting him. I think that's kind of cool. It's a nice move by them. That's a good gesture.
Because there's and maybe him and Hopkins, like you could tell, like as a coach, they're the type of guy that if they are active, that they're going to go 100% and possibly hurt themselves. So you have to look out for them and sit them down on their own. On your own.
The only thing you would have to worry about, not with JJ, because JJ's basically 1-on-1 every play, or 1-on-3, whatever he's getting.
Yeah.
It's him. You've seen him mic'd up where he's picking and choosing who he's going against, which, if you've ever seen that mic'd up, it is hysterical. I'm going to go 65 this play, and then he has a little success, and he's like, I'm going to stay on this guy right now. This guy's going to get it. And then he even starts chirping to other offensive linemen about how they need to help 65. And JJ is a savage on the field, so he doesn't need timing. You would wonder with Nuke, though, if him and Deshaun Watson need to get timing, but I'm assuming offseason they've worked together and shit like that. You can't have your quarterback out, which is the only thing that sucks, because the timing, the buildup of that whole thing, you can't PUP them. But if you have a couple other superstars, I think it's a smart move to be like, I mean, granted, this is a reflection of our soft society, but it is like you have a couple guys who could potentially get injured who are worth a lot more healthy when the season comes around. Be like, hey, you guys are on the PUP to start, can't practice. It's not that you don't want to, it's just you can't. You literally can't practice.
And they could come off of that any time, right? During camp?
Yeah, you can announce it.
As long as you don't start the season, which is then
No, I thought it
you have
was
to be on for
10
6
days.
weeks.
I thought you had to be on it for 10 days.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that. I think it's like a 10-day.
I know if you start the season on it, then you have to wait 6 weeks or 8 weeks to come back. You can't come back at all.
And then they have that designated IR for return, right?
Yeah.
There's like a designated IR for return.
Yeah, because it used to be if you were on IR, you were done for the year.
Done.
But then they amended it a couple of years ago. It's newer.
I think they used to just IR people that they didn't know what they wanted to do with them.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, he's not helping us right now, but we don't want to let him go. He has a little bit of a calf strain. IR. So let's just settle with him. IR. He's out. Then it's like a headache gone for a couple hundred.
It's like redshirting a guy.
Yeah, it is. It's like a boom. It is. It's exactly. By headache, I don't mean the player was a headache.
Correct.
Right. The situation.
The decision is a headache. It's like boom, bang. They did it to one of my gunners one time. I was not happy. So, bro, this motherfucker's the only one making any plays. We're gonna IR him. We're gonna IR him. Pat, we've lost 10 straight games. We don't want to get anybody else hurt. It's like, yeah, but it'd be nice if somebody tackled somebody. Wouldn't that be cool? Like if somebody tackled somebody when they punted, that'd be great. This is the only guy doing it. You just IR him? Pat, it's not understood. This is me talking to the trainers of the team. I'm like, fucking IR? What? Was he dead? No, just a strain, but they don't know how severe it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's pretty severe to my career. Have we thought about that? I'm excited football's back. They said the Browns are the worst. Jeopardy James Holzhauer, our guy, friend of the show, multiple time friend of the show. I wonder what he's doing, by the way. Just gambling, I guess?
I think so.
He's got a couple $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Have they paid him yet, I wonder?
Yeah, remember
Yeah,
that?
you got to check early.
Lost half of it in taxes.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Anybody that you know that pushes for higher taxes is a terrible individual and you should not be friends with them.
Correct.
That is all I'm saying. Because that'll leak into their other parts of their life too. You'll be getting fucked out of everything before you even know it. If they're a roommate, they're going to start stealing your shit in the fridge and then not supplying anything to the fridge. They'll be taking your socks. They'll be doing everything. Just know that leaks into their personal life.
It'd be
Took
funny
his
if you
socks.
called that out during Jeopardy. Like, yeah, me and the government just won.
The largest winner in the history of Jeopardy. Jeopardy James Holzhauer and Mr. Uncle Sam. every lottery winner.
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Sam wins
They do
every
quite
time.
well.
Every time.
And they'll never, like, once a tax is in, the government isn't going to be like, you know what, let's get rid of that tax. No matter what tax gets added, that's in forever. That might as well just be
yeah.
locked in forever. Because the government is going to be like, you know what, that money, we didn't like it. It's legit. It's crazy. I had $1 million signing bonus. It was an awesome day. The actual check came to my house for $1 million. I was like, this is hysterical. And then I flipped it open. And I just saw, well, there goes 400,000.
In my head,
There's another $70,000. There's another 30,000. Oh, I want to pay the union. Yeah. Oh my God, I just made $510,000. That's still fucking awesome. Still fucking awesome. But man, if I really understood this, I don't think I would have settled for just that. I wanted that. I was like 24 years old. What a fucking idiot. Just me in my house with that mailbox. Oh, what's this? Oh, fuck. Just looking around at the neighbors.
That's what I got.
I'm holding a check for $1 million. This is outrageous. And then you flip it open. You're like, it's not for $1 million. It's fucking walking off. That is very real, though. Very real. He said the Browns are the worst bet to win the Super Bowl. And I'm assuming it's because the odds have been lowered for them because they're a popular pick. So at the odds that they are currently at, it's not a smart bet to take because of the long shot that they are. Because to be honest, they're still in the same conference as Tom Brady. And they're also in a division now that is a whole reset division. What a bunch of question marks. Nobody has a clue what's coming out of the AFC North. Nobody has a single clue. That Lamar Jackson run and gun, ground and pound offense could be the next thing in the NFL. Might be unstoppable.
Or it could be dead.
Or it could be not. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a young team that seems to like each other. They like each other a lot. A team that likes each other is a team that normally does pretty well. I've been checking and following some people's Instagram on the team. It looks as if it's a real chemistry brewing over there. That's good. And the Cincinnati Bengals have Andy Dalton. People forget. Andy Dalton is a player. He won like fucking 11 straight games or something last year.
I mean, they still got weapons on offense.
It's like one of the best years of his career last
AJ
year.
Green,
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd.
Now, with that being said, I have already bet on the Browns to win the Super Bowl.
My favorite thing about the James Holzhauer controversy there was that everyone who replied to the tweet, you could tell who was from Cleveland, was like, who is this guy? Because they've never watched an episode of Jeopardy in their lives.
Fuck that guy. Hey, hold on now.
What's up, man?
I just got a text. The $20,000 that Baha Mar is donating to the Pat McAfee Foundation is coming through. I just got a text.
There we go.
Well, it's Baha Mar is donating $10K, and then Aaron Rodgers is matching the $10K.
Oh, what a guy.
To everybody on the team since we want another discount double check.
Wow.
What a nice guy.
What a good guy Aaron Rodgers is. People forget.
Class act.
Too often.
Pat McAfee Foundation, we provide scholarships to children of military families. We've been doing it for 6 years. We're at $500,000 worth of scholarships, I believe. Would love for you to add on to it. There's a cow patty bingo that you need to get 3 friends and buy a square. I think we have 100 squares. Is that what it is?
I think so.
200, I said.
200 squares.
Is it 200?
Or is it $200 a square? 100 squares.
I think that's where
That
it
was
is.
my
it is,
understanding,
maybe.
but I might have it wrong.
We're doing a cow patty bingo for the Pat McAfee Foundation. You can donate to the Pat McAfee Foundation at tpmf.us, the Pat McAfee Foundation.us, or the Pat McAfee Foundation.com, I think. And we have a cow patty bingo thing happen. Only 100 squares. Get 3 of your friends. Donate $50 each. Now we're talking teams of 4. Need a good
go.
team name that we can put on the square, and potential to win $10,000.
Can't beat that.
Can't
great.
beat
For
that.
$50 investment, $50 investment.
Potential $10,000.
I mean, come on.
Cow patty bingo, what we will do is we will spray paint 100 squares in my backfield. We will then let the cow loose. Where the cow shits on that square wins. We will do this with 2 cows. Two cows, $5,000 each shit. But cows do like to shit in the same place as other cows. So you could potentially win $10,000.
Question. Are we allowed to get in?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
Nice. I didn't know if...
Yeah, if you donate,
I didn't know if it's like an insider
if
trading
you donate,
situation.
it's well, unless you're a cow whisperer, you get
Shit here right now.
You start shooting.
Watch it. I run out behind your house and I put some X-Lax back there.
Oh, you gotta figure
That might
out.
not be good though, because if your square's in the back, you don't know where your square's going to be. Tim McAfee's been setting it all up.
random.
It is
Yeah.
200 spots, by the way.
I'll
Just
put
look at the
soy
website.
sauce and some
200
grass.
spots.
Oh, nice.
Okay, $200 a spot. 200 spots.
Just open 100 more spots.
Look at that, just for you guys.
For listeners of this show. Donate to the Pat McAfee Foundation. As we said earlier, that's Tim McAfee's baby, by the way. That's what he
Yes.
does on a daily basis. The amount of updates I get from him regarding fundraising is few and far between. But when it is, it's normally about, I don't know, 16 bundles of information.
They are hilarious updates.
Yes.
Hilarious updates, and it's a lot of them coming out. He's just taking a shovel deep down into fundraising information, picking it up, and he's throwing it at me. And I think he's done a great job with it.
Amazing.
really
job.
has.
I think he's done a very good job. I'm proud of him.
That golf outing was a blast.
Great time. We found out not all 100% legal, but now we are legal.
Now we're very compliant.
Now we are completely compliant.
Oh, you should have heard him talking to the farmer for the cow, for the 2 cows. Oh, it was one of the funniest things of all time.
I just need 2 cows to shit in a field. That's all I need.
It's like Randy from down the block has 2 cows you can use. He had to call this other guy.
My dad got the runaround on cows, but these cows won't give you the runaround. They're going to go to your square. 200 squares available, $200 a square. Get 3 friends. Hey, maybe get 10 friends. Have them put in $20. Whatever
Yeah,
you need to
that's
do,
nice.
get a team name because you're going to win $10,000 if the cows shit on your square. I'm excited for that. It's going to be in
That's
my
gonna be
backyard.
cool.
All right. James Holzhauer says the Browns are the worst pick, gambling-wise. Who's everybody's choice to win the Super Bowl this year? Oh. Football is starting. You will go on record till the end of the season. This is your team to win the Super Bowl. Okay? Not do good, not do well. Top of the mountain. Oh, I saw that man in the on the top of the hill, man in the high mountain.
Oh, Man in the High Castle?
High Castle.
Man in High Castle. I watched like 2 episodes, fell asleep. Sam liked it though. She watched 4 or 5. It's about if the Nazis won the World War.
Yeah, it's all right.
Decent first season, gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
after that.
That's a
It
good
was-
premise.
I
I
lost
enjoyed the first.
It is a
Great
great
premise.
premise.
I enjoyed the premise.
Could have done a lot more with it.
Puts me to sleep. I don't know how you guys watch those shows. It's dark. They mumble a lot. There's not a lot of face shown. I'm like, yep, I'm out. I pass out. And that's what I should put on at night. That's my new.
Just fall asleep to it.
That's my new melatonin.
That one was tough. That was tough. Yeah.
But Sam's all in on it. Okay. Anyways, how did I get to that? I don't know. How did we get
Something
there?
about picking your
Top of the
favorite to win the
mountain.
Super Bowl?
Top of the mountain. Got it. Because the town that they're in is 5,300 and some feet above sea level. That's why I think it's the Man in the High Castle, because I think it's a high. It's in a non. I don't know. I was trying to figure out the show while watching.
That's where Hitler is in the show.
Oh, it's about Hitler? Is that guy?
He's the Man in the High Castle.
Oh, the Fuhrer's back in Berlin, though. A lot of talking
The
about
castle on the hill.
Jesus. Anyways, who will be at the top of the mountain at the end of this NFL season? This is not for the best betting odds. This is not who you would bet on right now. This is who you think is going to win the Super Bowl this upcoming season, which we are going to have a lot of NFL coverage this year, by the way. I'm very excited. There's about to be some massive announcements, not only on this show, but for all the boys here. We're going to have a really fucking cool fall. And I think everybody's going to have a cool fall because the schedule, I mean, people were just setting us up for success, I think.
Business is about to pick up.
Business
Don't do it.
It's booming.
is about to pick up.
Thank you.
That's DJ Khaled or AB, by the way?
Booming.
The booming part is-
his.
We don't know that because DJ Khaled on his Snapchat was saying business is booming, and then I saw AB.
It's
do it.
definitely DJ Khaled.
Oh, that's
AB
it.
took that
Say it then.
straight from him.
Yeah.
Technically, it's that
What
Benny
a-
kid.
What a piece of shit.
Please.
Who?
Not on this show.
What do you mean?
We don't talk about players like that.
Oh, I wasn't talking about him.
Who are you talking about?
Myself.
Well, if that's the case, I think that is something this entire room can agree on.
Yeah.
You don't deserve that, bro. You did coke this weekend, though.
No, I did not. Did you not read the text message correctly?
What was that?
Here, I'll say this first, and then I'll get to the story. Some dude did coke off of me in a bathroom this weekend.
What?
It's a weird way to start a story.
On your dick?
That's what I said. That's why I started it like that, and then I would do that. So I'm in the bathroom. I go in the bathroom at the bar,
Where are you at?
downtown Indianapolis.
You're in Indy, okay.
Okay. And I go
This
in
is
the bathroom.
in Indy.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, it's moving up north.
What is this?
And I go in the
moving
bar,
north.
and some dude's like, "Hey man, huge fan of the show." Fucking pulls out his little like Coke hourglass. He goes, "You want to do some cocaine with me?" And I say, "No, hard problem. I can't even drink Red Bull." So he
Did he say cocaine?
Huh?
Did he say
He
cocaine?
said Coke.
Just curious. I'm just curious what the kids are calling
So he
it.
puts his fucking
In
his
Atlanta,
glass
they
in.
had like 7 different names for it.
Oh yeah.
Blowcane was my favorite.
This guy said Coke. So he puts his fucking line on the sink, and while he's doing that, he drops his hourglass thing onto the ground, and it kicks over underneath me. So I pick it up, but I pick it up upside down so it spills onto my
Oh, very clever.
spills onto my hand.
Hey, what a hero, by the way, you are.
Then I'm
Willing
like-
to help this guy out.
And he like looks at me like, what am I going to do this? And I'm like, hey man, this is probably pretty expensive. Like, dude, what do you want to do with this? And then he just
The thought of you trying to like crinkle it out of your hand back into the hourglass thing is hilarious. In my
and I
head.
thought like maybe he would like, I don't know, do something like that or sniff it off my hand. Nope. Guy just fucking straight up licked my hand.
Oh, I thought you said you licked your hand.
Nope. No. He licked my hand.
Okay, that's why I thought you did cocaine, because I thought
no,
you
you-
said you
hey,
licked your hand.
You know I can't do cocaine.
By the way, our show is not a cocaine show.
No, I don't.
When we were in Atlanta, me and Foxy were offered cocaine no less than 10 times.
I've never seen anything like it.
Ever in my life. I thought the drug was gone. I
Yeah,
honestly
me
thought
too.
the
All the
drug
way
was,
back.
I thought the drug was gone. In Atlanta, I guess that's Atlanta's thing, which by the way, everybody that offered us was very nice. I'm not saying they weren't nice people, but it was offered very prevalent. And then Diggs this weekend gets offered it in Indianapolis. Is it that close to the home front? I wonder.
I mean, you do you, listeners, but just because you listen to the show, don't expect that we're going to be busting out lines in the fucking bathroom.
Well,
we're not coke people.
Hey, by the way, what a day that would have been for Diggs. That kid.
Dude, I would have been. Go ahead.
Did you wash your hands?
Oh, yeah, that's why I didn't care like that much because I was at like.
Oh, I didn't care about you. I meant the kid licking your hand.
Oh no! He licked my hand before I had washed my hands.
Oh boy.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, he had a pissy ass
So
licks.
it must be.
cocaine, bro. People do stuff for.
It must have been pretty expensive. So.
We've heard all stories about people doing stuff for.
Did you wash your hands after?
Yeah. That's why I wasn't like I was like a little mad and weirded out, but I was like, well, I'll just wash my hands.
Imagine if your dogs licked your hands and they got a little coked out.
That wouldn't be good.
And also with his dogs, the nose is so close to the mouth. It would have been a lick snort thing.
Well, I was
Bulldog.
like, this is a weird situation, but you know, shit happens.
Did you see that guy again outside of the
Oh yeah,
bathroom?
he was sitting literally like 4 stools down from
with
me.
like his family.
No, it was with
time.
him.
Just
him and
cheesing his
buddy.
ass off the whole time.
Yeah, by the way, they were at Applebee's. They were feeding these little girl applesauce. Here you go.
Hey, Diggs, good to see you, man.
So yeah, maybe I am a piece of shit. I don't know.
No, you're not. I think you're a hero because in the way I read the text was you licked it off of your hand.
No. You know that I.
Your heart would
with
have exploded.
Yeah, I can't do that.
All right, Todd, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
I think you got to go with it. If I had to put money on it, I got
No. This is not money.
Right.
This is
Your
Gut.
integrity.
your selection until the end. Now, granted, some things can pop up. Some people can get injured. If we deem that a star player has been injured to your team,
Oh, okay.
you can make a change.
Oh, I like this.
But I think the winning team gets $9,999.
Oh,
Oh, all right.
We should probably do a draft on who
So-
gets to pick when then. No, because if 2 people win, they split it.
Okay.
And if you join a team late, your percentages drop down. Does that make sense? So like let's
Yeah,
say Todd
sure.
picks a team and that team's quarterback gets hurt week 4. He then will switch team, but he will lose 50% of the final percentage.
Okay.
Can't change teams after week 10. These rules feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go legitimate homer then. I'm gonna go with the Colts. If I got to pick like who I want to win mixed with, I
terrible
think has a decent
I like
chance.
that.
We're gonna go with the Colts.
Todd McComas is locked in the Indianapolis Colts for $9,999. If he changes his pick before week 10, it'll drop down to $4,540.
I'm bad at math.
49. Just call it 49.
All right. You get it. $49. Anthony DeGilio, you're on the clock.
I'm going up north
Whoa.
to the Minnesota Vikings.
Whoa. Well, because Adam Thielen was on the show?
It doesn't hurt.
I guess he was on that Baja Mar coverage a lot. He should have been, by the way. Hit a 3-wood, 375 yards.
Yes. A lot of weapons.
Vikings? Minnesota Vikings.
Improved offensive line. Good defense.
Lock it in for Diggs.
Second year Kirk.
He's going with second-year Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and the boys.
Known primetime winner.
Kirk Cousins, which is good because in playoffs there's no primetime
Correct.
games. So to get to the Super Bowl, he will not have to play in a single primetime game. That's very smart.
Easy division too. So
Oh,
Simple.
Whoa.
Okay. Frankie Maraldo.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Without a doubt, without question, without hesitation. Thank you, Diggs, for not picking them, so I don't have
respect
to split the money with
Well, I
you.
didn't want to
respect
pick
it.
it and then jinx them and ruin their season like you just did.
I will happily do that. I will happily do that.
Roethlisberger gets hurt week 3. Do you expect him to return later in the season, or do you jump ship?
I don't know. I got to hear what the doctors are saying. I got to
It's
hear
going
what
to
the
be a
reports
foot.
are.
It's going to be his ankle or foot.
Yeah, I got faith he's coming back.
You got to kill that guy.
Well,
to keep
as
him
long
out,
as
right?
the X-ray machine works this time,
Yeah.
like in Oakland, piece of shit stadium. You said it.
I
not
said
me.
it. It's real. It's real. We went to training camp place that couldn't do X-rays too. I'd drive an hour and a half to get an X-ray.
That's wild for a football camp.
It was. Your car will be leaving at 4:00. Where are we going? Oh, you got to go back to Indianapolis, get an X-ray. I'm like, can I not drive myself? You know what? I think it's an overnight X-ray too, isn't it? It's right by my house. No, come on, we'll drive you. You rest. I'm like, well, I'm going to get car sick. I like to drive. And the fucking intern is going to drive too slow because he's scared to lose his job. Pat, why don't you just drive and have the intern sit? That's what I'll do. Zito, Jose Perez.
Yep.
Your pick for $9,999. To let it be known, the last time we had a competition for $9,999, Zito was in the lead up until the 11th hour.
Yikes.
And then he lost it all just because he was flustered because he had to run a production
Stress
down at the Super Bowl. He stress ate himself out of $9,999. This is a redemption pick for Jose Zito Portillo Perez,
I'm going to stick with the monsters in the Midway.
the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
Good selection. I think you'll enjoy pulling for them all year. And from what I've heard, their team is ready to make a run.
That's what I've heard as well.
Is this a homer pick, or is this the only team that you know plays in the NFL?
My second choice was the Rams, but then I backed that.
You backed that because you wanted to go home to Chicago Bears.
Exactly.
You have a Chicago Bears helmet up there on your Twitch stream, which
Bradley
is
Sowell.
which is
He changed his number too, by the way, so it kind of sucks.
twitch.tv/the Pat McAfee Show.
Yep.
Gaining viewers nightly.
Yes.
Monthly. Yearly. Gaining viewers yearly.
Century.
Annually.
Yeah.
You had 40-some people watching you one night?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Met some new people.
Did you get a little nervous out there with 40 people?
I was getting a little nervy.
Because normally it's 18 to 20.
Yeah.
You had 40 people watching you.
Yeah.
You're putting in at work. 12-hour stream you did.
No, I had to end it off a little early. A little complication with our technology.
What happened? You got a fucking brand new kid up there.
The internet crashed. this
$10,000
weekend.
rig.
Our internet crashed
It was so bad. Yeah, it was.
because the heat?
Maybe.
Or
Yeah.
maybe because of the 12 hours of fucking Twitch every night.
It has nothing to do with that.
So when our FaceTime freezes in the middle of an interview, is it potentially because our Twitch stream is using up all of our internet?
Oh, we throttled? No, you can't throttle us, right? That was like our thing.
That was quite a question you just asked. You sound a little bit
I
worried.
don't
little
think.
worried,
I
though.
don't think we're allowed to get throttled. The amount of fiber we get. Technology. See.
It is a dedicated line with no throttle.
Throttle is when something gets buried.
Yes. Like
Slow it down.
our phones get throttled if we hit the certain amount.
Got it. Okay. So you got the Chicago Bears.
Yes, I do.
Twitch.tv/.
The Pat McAfee Show.
Oh boy, you're giving away merch on there every night, right?
Yeah, I have.
Sounds like a no.
Well, no, Phil gets pissed off.
Phil does?
Phil gets pissed off when we do.
Because the Twitch stream is very much in the red already. We don't need you. We don't need you giving away more stuff.
We got in the pink the other day.
I just
Whoa.
don't think that's accurate. I don't think your stream had sex with any other stream. I don't think it's accurate. Ty Schmidt,
I mean, I can't do it just out of principle, so I'll go with the Packers, but I don't know why no one took the Patriots so far.
Well, it's a matter of
I guess,
we
yeah,
figured it was going to
Foxy
get to the guy next to you.
Yeah.
It was will he swallow his pride and take the Patriots or take his hometown team?
I didn't. I started to explain just because I felt like that would be shitty of me to do.
That's what I was going to start out by saying, Todd. I'll be the piece of shit of the group. I will gladly take the Patriots to go back to back.
okay, so you have the New England Patriots.
Absolutely.
Okay, Foxy saying that the Lions got no shot.
Well, you know,
we all know it. I mean,
What?
he doesn't have to
Not
say
a great
it. We
start.
know
Not a
it.
great start today to their camp.
listen.
What? What happened?
Bad start. Trey Flowers, who they just gave a lot of money to, PUP list.
Oh,
But he's a
pup list?
veteran,
They're
so-
arresting him.
Yeah,
might
he'll
Yeah,
be
but
okay.
he's a brand new player.
Is he a
on
corner?
that. He came over from the Patriots. No, he's a DN.
Yep.
Oh, came over from the Patriots. He already knows the system.
Exactly.
Got a lot of money in this guy. Need to get him this season. Just like J.J. Watt. DN, same thing. Yeah, no big deal.
No, but speaking of my Lions, my prediction for them, what I always do since 6th grade is I've said they're going to go 10-6 and win a playoff game. So I stick with that.
Keep wishing.
But Pats win it all. So I still have a little
It's
hometown.
unbelievable that you just sold out Matt Patricia like that. He let us right in
You
his
met him.
office,
Shook his hand.
shook his hand, let us in the facility, said he'd give us tickets to any game we want.
Wow.
Any game we want.
I know. Hey, it's just building
Sweater,
blocks.
too. Sweater's going to be pissed off at you, too.
Yeah.
Building blocks. Any Lions fan that's mad about 10-6 in a playoff win, I mean, come on, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Congrats, everyone.
It's
We
not
can
Super
officially
Bowl.
say this is the year the New England Patriots will not be in the Super Bowl.
That's good. That's good for
Which is gonna
the
be
rest
us.
of the league.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fox. Appreciate
Yeah,
you doing that.
You guys are all welcome.
Billy's back there. Billy, who you got? Billy knows nothing about football, I think. Billy,
Take the Who Dat Saints.
Who that?
Full redemption arc this year.
Yeah, that's a good.
Drew
pick.
Brees is looking to retire. He is looking to retire.
Great
He's
defense.
breaking every record. All he wants is another Super Bowl so his kids can remember it this time. They don't remember last time, but I do. Fucking babies.
Is what's name healed up? Wide receiver.
No, Dez is not held up yet.
Oh, it sucks.
Can I ask you a question?
Was that who you were talking about, Des Bryant?
Yeah.
He didn't even play a game for them last year.
Yeah, he tore his
Achilles.
yeah. Such
Is he still on their team right now?
No.
That's what I was going to ask. Is Josh Gordon still on the Patriots?
No. I don't know that question.
Yes.
I think he is.
Yes, he is. That's trouble.
Oh, big time.
If he can stay out of trouble.
Not a chance.
I like that.
I think he can. I said this last year. I think he can. I think if you're in that locker room, surrounded by it, with more of a ball coming to you, because there's not a Gronk there. Because he was third guy no matter what. Gronk, Edelman, Gronk, and then him. I think now he's either the first guy or the second guy that they're looking for. I think that's a little bit more emotive. I hope so, man.
It's the best chance he could possibly get.
This is it.
at having
Right.
it.
This is it. If it doesn't work here, it'll never work, and that'll make me sad.
Can I
Because he's
ask-
so good at football.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah,
as
bud.
far as the Saints, and this is why I didn't take them, even though they're a very good team. 2 years in a row, you make it to the NFC Championship game and lose
Dramatically.
2 years in a row. Like, at some point, that's going to take a toll on your team, right?
Buffalo Bills, 4 falls.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're right.
They had 4 falls.
Oh, so you could do it 4 times.
So I think 4 is the max.
I think the Eagles did it a bunch too. When
they had Andy Reid.
didn't they go to 4 straight NFC champ?
I don't know. McNabb was nasty for them for a long
And then
time.
T.O. played on a broken leg.
People forget.
Nobody took the Rams either. I'm surprised.
Pat still has to go.
Oh,
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
that's right.
Tough decision.
That performance in the Super Bowl by the Rams was tough.
It was tough.
That kind of scares me.
Who you locking up, Pat?
I don't know. I'll say
Come on. Take
the Cleveland Browns.
Lock them up.
The Cleveland Browns. I was going to take the Colts, but I don't want to cut your pot yet.
Get it?
I'll jump in there, though. Don't you worry about that. If Frank Reich and Luck start getting hot like they did last year somehow, if they can manage that fucking, they won 10-1, I think, or something like that. If they can find that again, which is possible with the way Luck and Reich like each other, I think, I'll definitely hop on that train.
Yeah. I
With
think
the
the good
quickness.
thing is everybody, with the exception of Evan, really has a really good home team
Can you leave?
this season.
Can you leave without an injury? Can
Oh yeah, that's so.
Diggs leave Minnesota?
Oh, just give up 50%.
It just give up 50%?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
before?
But if
Before
somebody
week 10?
else is on the team, you're only getting 25%, right? Because you're only getting 50% of whatever's
Does that
left.
mean he's still getting 50% then? Whoever's on that team?
The other person will get
they get
75%.
75%.
and we're
And
saying it
that-
has to be before week 10.
yeah, week 10, I think, is the cutoff.
So
There might be like 4 people on one
Oh
team.
no! Don't punish me
So
because
say, can
Diggs
you
is-
only double up once on a team?
How many people can go on a team?
Nick, I'm not.
Two.
Oh,
Say 2, because that can make up your mind.
Ever.
How
To
soon
leave
you jump.
quicker. Yeah, because you can leave quicker. You can be like, oh,
Yeah.
if I don't go now, I know somebody's
lock
going to
it
go.
up. Yeah.
I can't wait to see me move teams after week 1.
So
Oh, shit.
can we do this like every? So the Monday night game will be Monday night. Can we do it every Tuesday? Be like, hey, this is your time this week to change if you want.
The issue is we record on Mondays.
Yep.
So we won't be able to see Monday Night Football,
You're right.
which is most primetime teams are the teams that are good.
Yeah, but you forget we've correctly predicted Monday Night Football for like
Every
2
single
years
Monday
in a
Night
row.
Football.
For years.
We do that all the time. We never get credit. We record this the day before. We'll predict what happened that night. Nobody will even say anything. Just wait until last night at the Raw reunion when fucking Kevin Owens gets stone colded by Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was my favorite moment of the night. It was awesome when
Stole
that
the
happened.
show.
Best.
Then he did it to Shane as well and Vince. He knocked out everybody basically in the McMahon family. It
Good
was
beer
awesome.
toast.
There were a couple beers with the Broken Skull Ranch IPA or whatever it's called. What?
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 You sound like the Budweiser.
Yes, thank you. Exactly.
Yeah, you sound like the frogs.
What?
But why? All right, that's the show. Yep. Hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame. Tweet Brendan Schaub, tell him we said thank you so much for fucking with us. That was awesome. Cool guy. UFC heavyweight. We've talked about this before. Those heavyweights that are mixed martial artists, can't tell them to do anything. Matt Matreon walks into your bar and just wants to do whatever. There is nothing a single bouncer of yours can do. Not a single one. You can send them all at him, I guess, but I'd assume at least a few of them would end up with broken somethings.
Yeah.
Brendan Schaub, same thing. He walks into a place, whatever the fuck he wants to do, he's going to do.
You'll be paying workman's comp out the ass for years.
That's right. Because he knows those
Funeral costs will be outrageous.
insanity. That's what it felt like when Brendan Schaub was in the office. But he was a nice guy, which is good.
was.
Yeah, he was.
Very
Because
laid back.
they could be the complete opposite. Like Matreon is a hurricane of positivity when he comes in. Hurricane. It is wide open, but it's all positive. I'm happy for those guys to be that way. Because if they weren't, it'd be a real problem. Brendan Schaub, good guy, man. Also, he, in early stages of their career, tapped out Matreon, I think.
Yeah.
Knocked out?
Yeah, he
Tapped
choked him out.
Choked out.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that a tap out or a knockout?
Tap out.
Yeah, it's a submission.
What if he just goes out, though? What if he doesn't tap?
Oh.
What if I refuse to tap?
I think that's what do they call that, a TKO?
Yeah.
Technical knockout?
Yeah, if you just go unconscious.
I thought that was.
I always thought that was
total
three knockouts.
That's what I thought.
3 knockouts?
I always thought TKO was 3 knockouts.
Well,
Oh,
it is.
boy.
In boxing, they used to do that. If you
Oh.
knocked a guy out 3 times in one round, it was a TKO.
That's a knockdown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if the ref has to stop in and say, this fight's over, it's a TKO. For whether you're unconscious or you just can't keep the other guy from pounding your face in.
Technical knockout?
Yeah.
Total knockout.
Total.
In my head, it's been a total knockout. And I'm going to ride with it, too. I'm going to ride with that forever. Yeah, he total knockout that.
So the difference between knockout and total knockout is the total knockout, he has to lay on the mat for at least 10 seconds without his eyes opening back up.
No, a TKO is the ref stops, right?
Yeah.
Stops the fight.
Yeah.
Well, that's the technical one.
It should be RKO.
A total knockout.
Total knockout is he's
Mike Tyson had a lot of TKOs.
Total knockouts when he does funny things with his arms.
Total knockout. Yeah. TKO.
What else did we just talk about that you went your whole life without realizing or knowing? I should say.
Goku.
Yeah.
Goku's a Pokemon. That's what I thought. That was a wild scene, man. One of my best friends was literally nicknamed Goku. His entire life. Our entire
Show Pokemon
That
is.
is the Pokemon.
thought he was a Pokemon.
That's such a funny thought.
Oh, he wasn't a Pokemon. I thought.
He thought he was.
Oh, he's not a Pokemon still.
No, he's still not a Pokemon.
So I still got it wrong twice now. He was that other one. He was Dragon
Ball Z.
Pikachu. Yeah, man. Pretty proud of me for never watching it. Pretty good of me. I think anybody that knows me, though, knows that there's no chance I would watch any of that stuff. It's like, is my kid going to ever just sit down and watch stuff?
Oh, yeah. That's the only way I know anything about that stuff is just absorbing it in the background while Bailey had it on all the time.
Yeah, but Billy and you are very total opposites, and I'm hoping that happens if I have a kid. I'm hoping the kid's a complete opposite of me. What if he's like me, though? I'm going to need Kimbo the kendo at the house. just walking around.
You got people yelling at you like Tom Brady.
For what, kissing his kid?
No,
No.
he pulled his.
Oh, his
her off the
daughter
cliff,
off the
yeah.
waterfall.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. She smacked pretty hard.
I will normally go after Tom. It was her fault. She didn't jump when they were supposed to.
They were supposed to jump. It was
And
in unison.
2, if he doesn't pull her as hard as she does, she just tumbles down the rocks and dies. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Good
actually going
dad.
to defend Tom here.
I had a lot of anxiety during that video.
So did The Rock.
Todd went into full parent mode watching that video.
What are you doing? But it's really looked really high. I mean, I don't like heights anyway. From that angle was tough for me. But I'm like, what if you just don't pull hard enough,
That's what I'm
Tom?
saying.
Like maybe she wasn't going to go, but now she's going to go. And what if you?
What did you say
slip?
if that was you?
Oh, I would. Yeah, if I would hurt the daughter, as soon as we come up from the water, I'm punching him right in the fucking nuts. Like, you son of a bitch! I didn't really want to jump.
Yeah, but it was a learning lesson.
It was.
A learning
It
lesson.
was
Listen to Dad.
harmless, but
Never back down.
When he says jump, you jump.
yeah.
How high?
How high? Excuse me. I will hop, skip, and a jump.
Great spot they were at too. That looked awesome.
Yeah, the thing about it is, the real relatable thing about it is, me and my dad had a chance to jump off water. Tom Brady seems like a good dad, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems like a good dad.
When he swore in front of him and he apologized when he
Oh,
was
that was
golfing.
great.
They're always on horses, too. They're always doing this most insane shit. He somehow still has a life somehow.
Yeah.
It seems as if, now granted, nothing on the internet is real, but it seems as if he has an actual life while being an alien, which is insane to me. I wonder if his kids eat that fucking avocado.
Oh, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah.
They
love
do?
I bet.
I bet you they've never
sure.
touched fast food once. in
Yeah,
their
you
life.
raise them on that, then they don't know the difference. They don't know what they're missing.
His kid is going to be so good at whatever he wants to be good at. Whatever he wants.
Maybe he'll be an entitled prick.
Imagine that
No.
first time they ate McDonald's.
Why would you ever say that?
I bet you,
Just playing the averages,
his kid's going to be so good at golf. He's going to
Yes.
be so good at baseball.
I bet he's going to be
like
funny
tennis.
too. You got to remember, he's going to be going through media school through his entire life. I mean, he's going to be everything he does is going to be scrutinized, just like most celebrities' kids. I'd assume Lil John Daly's probably the only one that really has somehow just avoided all that.
The season's starting, so he would probably dial back anyways. But do you think this Tom taking criticism for this video dials him back on the internet?
No.
No,
You don't think he gives
I
a
think
fuck?
Tom loves it. He'll probably make a video. His people that run his social media,
So good.
Oh, I forgot that he has people.
They're
I
good.
figured it was just him. That's on me.
yeah, he draws up the cartoon each week.
I don't follow him, so I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Well, it gets force fed into your timeline, no matter what.
Yeah, what did he say about the Old Town Road one? He said,
He said, my manager said the song's played out. We can do better.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's smart, by the way, to be the greatest player of all time and have a presence on the newest platform. What if whenever he's done, he turns down ESPN and everybody and he just does the internet? That'd be an incredible move for the internet by somebody. It'd be good for the internet.
Dude, I never even thought about really, like, you could seriously do that and make
Tom
near
Brady
the money. Yeah.
could make more.
Yeah.
If they were scared to pay Tony Romo $10 million, if that's what he was asking, I bet you Tom Brady can make $10 million a year on his internet, selling merch, videos, documentaries.
Absolutely.
Boom, he can make more than that.
Oh, yeah.
The internet's a beautiful place. It is a beautiful place.
We know.
Tom Brady would make so much money if that was his full time. But I think the big thing would be him telling ESPN and Fox Sports no. I'm done with the internet. But there's no way that happens. He's
That'd
the
be
greatest
epic.
player in the history of the sport. Somebody's going to back up a Brinks truck and let him do the internet as well.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy to me that would want to go on a network.
I don't think so either.
I agree.
It feels as if he doesn't like the networks.
Yeah. Feels like he would just want to do his own thing. If at all.
That would be super
Go to
cool.
him and Giselle's $3 billion island.
Hey, there's an island in Belize for sale. It's
Yep.
like a tenth of an acre or something for $500,000. Everybody's sending it to me. I'd like to move a little bit.
Belize is where
Second largest, yeah.
Yeah.
Second largest.
that's where the other McAfee went, right?
Beautiful though.
Yeah,
that
it
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a beautiful country.
I saw a picture of him with a gun on a boat.
Saw
Yeah,
that.
he's, for some reason he's
Dangerous.
fucking.
International waters. He's running from the CIA.
Yeah, CIA came to his house, showed up at his house, tried to get him because he was running for president and he was revealing stuff. So, see you later, John. That guy's on some shit, man.
Yeah. Some
Ever since the beginning of him getting wealthy, he just started getting on some shit. Moved down to Belize, ran a gang down there,
That'll happen.
had some people killed, came back, said he was going to run for president, cut off his dick. CIA shows up at his house, he's back on the run, back on the lam. John McAfee's had a wild life, but no viruses came through your computer.
No, they did not.
That's right.
No, they did not.
So it's time to renew.
Yeah, then you had to pay what, $34.99
Or you get a
something.
virus literally that moment.
Yeah,
So he
apparently
sent them.
He owes some tax money, too.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, like we said earlier,
Paid taxes.
those taxes are real.
Yeah, they are.
He just paid off that whole police department, so nobody would come bother.
In Belize,
Yeah, they were all driving real nice expeditions.
That's
and
the
shit.
coolest thing you could do.
Yeah,
go to a third world country and buy it.
By the
give
police,
back.
yes.
The
Give back
place
to the
you
community.
buy it. You buy the police.
Yeah.
You buy the place.
Yes.
oh yeah. Well, it's like tipping the bouncer.
That's what the Italians did when they came to America.
Here's
Yeah,
the
you
new.
buy Rome.
Here's the new rules.
There was no such thing as crooked cops before the Italians came to America. You're welcome, Todd.
Todd, you getting tempted with tens of thousands of dollars is 100% ipso facto because of the Italians.
Yeah.
And I don't think you ever thanked the Italians for those
You're right.
opportunities
Go
to
ahead.
end up in jail or
I'd
murdered.
say it's very factual.
And
Todd, you went to a gun and knife thing this weekend?
I did. Bailey and I went and met my dad there. My dad goes to every
Three
gun and knife
generations
show.
of McCombs
Oh,
at a
yeah.
gun and knife show.
was it
Oh,
gun
yeah.
was it a gun bash?
It was a what?
Oh,
You don't know what a gun bash is?
No,
you
what's
go
it
in,
called?
and
man.
you buy a ticket, and if your ticket gets pulled, then you win a gun.
That was there. I didn't
The
know it was
best.
called a gun bash, but
They're
they definitely
awesome.
had a little drawing.
They
Am I
usually
the
have a
only
ni-
one that hasn't been in one of these?
Yeah.
They're a great
They usually
time.
have a nice little buffet,
Yeah.
bunch of beers.
Right.
Everybody's having a good time.
Now
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
Gun bash, or at a gun show.
Yeah. This was at the National Guard Armory on the west side. It wasn't the big gun show.
Oh, I watched a wrestling show there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Same place.
Yeah.
So, well,
Guy took a stop sign to the forehead.
oh, you
Can't
gotta
fake
love
those.
that.
He
Those
started
don't give.
bleeding. I left, got wheezy.
I like a good stop sign to the head.
Yeah, good sound. Tink.
So Bailey and my dad are way more into the gun and knife thing than
Oh, yeah, I mean,
They're one and
Billy,
the same.
Billy's got 4 knives and a couple guns in his backpack at all times.
Oh yeah. When they were all living in the same house, there was like constant preparation for the apocalypse.
Is
like
that
we
why
had
it is?
everything.
Is that why it is, Billy? Billy's rocking an
Oh, yeah.
incredible average Joe's uniform today, by the way, at the office. He looks great.
So there was a little bit while I was living with my grandpa when Dad was off doing whatever the fuck Todd does.
Making people laugh.
But so I had to deal with my grandpa 24/7 because grandma always slept or was off shopping or whatever. It was constant Danny.
Yeah.
Danny's a
Just the
fucking-
two of
Billy
them.
and Danny.
And
Danny's
Dan-
a fucking character.
Danny he bled off on Bailey so bad. Like one time I went up to his bedroom and he was asleep in the morning. I had to get him up for school and he had a fucking machete hanging by 2 nails over his bed, over his headboard. Just 2 nails in the wall and the machete just leaned up on top of it. Like it could have fell at any moment. Whack! Dead Bailey in his bed. And what now? I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
The best part is you had to wake me up in the morning, meaning I wasn't waking up if anyone came in there to use the machete.
Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know if you thought you were going, like, if some attacker comes in here, I'm going to grab my machete. So we go to the gun knife show, and my dad buys this, like, old, Outlaw Josie Wells looking 45 thing. It was really cool for like $500 or whatever. Bailey starts looking at ARs.
Awesome.
And have you seen the ones?
He would bring those into work.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
They would go straight in the backpack.
I know.
100 clip.
And he was totally like looking at
Completely
at backpack
irresponsible.
length. Yeah, and you're holding the survival hatchet.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
You're losing to Bailey for sure.
There are quite a few weapons in this office between the hatchet and the kendo sticks
There
and
is.
Zito's knives and swords.
Like Billy's backpack.
and Billy's backpack.
They got these things now, these casings that you just slide like a full size Glock 9mm in, and it just locks in there, and then it looks like one of those assault rifles on Halo or something.
Oh,
that's
let's
what it
go.
looks like. It's incredible, and they cost like $200. So once you get it locked in there, you pull the slide back by this lever on the side, and you're holding it, and it's got a stock and everything, and it looks like you have a fucking
And it's considered
Halo
a
gun.
handgun, I
It's
assume.
still considered a handgun with a shoulder butt brace or something they call it
Yeah.
instead of a rifle, but total skirting the law and every aspect of that operation. Everything
Did
was
you get
about
one,
skirting
Billy?
the law. He came close, very close.
No, it's been a bad month for Billy. Billy made some irresponsible decisions before the gun and knife show, but it was a consideration.
But he still bought a pistol. He still bought a pistol for $350.
Billy's
Yeah.
speaking in third person. I like what Billy's doing, bro. Billy's got a pistol irresponsibly, and he's fucking rolling the dice.
Oh yeah.
Billy cracks me up, man. Billy, you're a fucking big question mark in my head, bro. I have no idea what you are. Worst driver in the history, but you seem to be a pretty careful individual. Then you're calculated. Then you make a Friday banger selection on Heartland Radio. And I listen to the words. I'm like, I did not expect this from Billy. He really is like in that Mario game where you jump up and hit a question mark box. Like that is what Billy is to me. I have no idea. I'm gonna punch that thing. I don't know what's gonna come out.
If you want to see him in his element, go to a gun and knife show with him because he will look at. There's so many things. It's like Zito online. Like if he sees something, he'll think about it. You see him checking it out with the guy, and he'll set it down, and then he'll just start pacing around. You can tell like he's running all the possibilities through his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he has little Rain Man qualities.
Oh
to him.
yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
He zones in.
He looks like there's so many
He's
like
looking stuff up online.
there's math equations happening in his head at all times. I don't fully understand Billy, but he makes me laugh on a very regular basis, and I think it's all like surprise laughs. Like, I did not expect that to come out of Billy's mouth. Billy, we're lucky to have you, bub. That backpack, we're lucky to have that backpack in here too.
Just in
The
case.
shit goes down.
Bro.
Everybody's grabbing your backpack.
We are strapped up in here.
10 guns in there right now.
handing out guns.
What happened? Somebody told me to go grab a charger out of their bag.
Yeah.
And I thought it was their bag, and I reached my hand in, and I just grabbed a pistol. I was like, holy fuck. Who has the goddamn pistol? And then I went to the front. I was like, oh, it must have been the wrong pocket opening. It was just like a fucking war knife. I'm like, is somebody killing us? For the other side, it's for protection, right, Bill?
It's the guns and the zip ties, all that. You know,
Oh,
it's all
geez, zip
for
ties?
Forgot about the zip ties in there. Hey, those came out of nowhere, huh? We just need them. Billy's
tape.
got them.
They run the background check now too. Like they didn't run it on my dad for some reason,
he's
where he
know.
bought it, and then but they ran it on Billy.
He's
and,
got those killer eyes.
and then we went to the fuck's it called? Cabela's afterward because the gun I was going to buy
Couldn't get enough.
The motherfucker was like, wanted to charge me $400.
You guys want dessert?
And it was used. And I go to Cabela's and I look up the same gun, brand new, $250.
Oh.
And I'm like, how about you give me for like $220 since it's used? And he's like, no, it's not the same gun. I'm like, motherfucker, look at it. It's the same gun.
So you went
You're
to
full of
Cabela's
shit.
just strictly out of spite?
So I go to Cabela's. Well, I had to go to Cabela's anyway to buy some fishing gear for this weekend.
Cabela's is awesome, by the way. It's like an amusement park in there.
I love that place, and I'm like an idiot when I go in there because I don't know anything about fishing, even though I love it so much. So I take the tour guide with me that works there, and I just let them fucking. They just fill my.
Here on the right is an ox that was killed in Montana. To the left here, we got some koi fish.
You fishing for walleye or pike? I'm like, I don't know. It's in Wisconsin. They're like, oh, they'll have both of those. So you're going to need 7 of these. You're going to need 10 of these. You're going to need these things that spin around.
How many days?
And they're shiny.
How many days are you fishing for? 3 days?
Oh, you're going to triple that.
They have all the answers.
I spent like
like a-
$200 on.
It's like a GNC for
Oh,
outdoors
Lord.
there. They all got all the
Oh, yeah,
answers.
it's
Very nice.
And I
people.
know nothing about any of
Could
it.
I buy a musket
Yeah, oh yeah.
at that gun? Or the Cabela's too?
Cabela's, yes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And at the gun and knife show for sure, I'd assume.
I'm in the market for a musket.
Why?
Are you?
Why? I don't think you should be.
I don't know. I just been big in the Revolutionary War.
Since the whole submarines.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
you nailed that submarine trivia.
Yeah.
So you want a gun just in case you get in a gunfight, you can lose in a gunfight?
No, I got one shot, one opportunity, once in a lifetime.
Nope. That person's already got 6 shots out before you got that musket shot out.
Tuck and duck.
Shoot. Shoot and spray,
I
bro.
just gave my whole entire.
Tuck and duck. Is that a Fortnite phrase?
No, it's my new phrase though.
Not a boy. Tuck and duck Zito.
The black powder pistols are hilarious. Can you imagine back in that era when you had to just tuck those in your belt?
No, because that's like in all these movies recently, the newest thing has been counting the shots out loud.
Oh yeah.
They've been 4, 5, 6 to showcase what they're doing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to just be like signified. Now they're actually counting them out loud.
Right.
I feel like that happened a lot back in the Revolutionary War. All right, I got the fourth guy from the right. Who's got the other guy? 1, 2. Hey, R4 still got about 4 or 5 shots left. Hey, let's fucking go left, bro. My guy has not shot a single fucking thing. I think his gun's jammed, actually. Let me go after him. That had to happen, right?
Yes.
There had to be like a little fill in the background with the papers and the numbers crunching them.
Definitely.
Oh, the right
the
side's out of
mustache.
fucking weapons. Hey, his mustache is next level. Might be the best mustache out right now.
Oh, it's so good. It's
Phil,
thick.
our CFO, Phil Maines, who put together the fundraiser we talked about at the beginning of the show, might have the greatest mustache in the game right now. Might.
I give him that.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow with Heartland Radio, and then Thursday another excellent episode. We're gonna have a cool guest, aren't we, Ty?
Oh yeah.
The guest. This is the coolest guest we've ever had. I think. Can't wait to see who it is. Hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame. Make us laugh. We'll enjoy it. If we do laugh out loud, any one of us here, we'll send you some free merch. Hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame. Shout out to Avengers, by the way, beating Avatar. Nick knew it was going to happen. Not exactly happy about it.
Sorry, Pat.
Don't worry. There's 7 Avatars coming out in the next 4 years. We'll get back on top. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they take it right for sure.
Yeah. People said it was unobtainable. Unobtainium, you know where that's from?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Pandora. You know what that movie that's in? Avatar. It all comes back to James Cameron smashing this record with the next Avatar or the one after that or the one after that. That's what I'm talking about. Avengers is a good movie, though. I mean, I predicted the ending of it before the movie even happened or seeing any other movies. So I would say at the end of Avatar, you know what's going to happen? Jacob Sully, his lady, is going to get kidnapped. It's going to become like a drug thing.
Taken.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a Man on Fire type operation.
That would be cool.
Man on Fire operation where he has to go to another planet. They hop up out of their planes. They ride a bird. Yeah, Jacob Sully, Man on Fire. That's what's going to happen. Happy I could figure that out for you. Ty Schmidt, hit the music.